Perfect.
And good evening, everybody. So tonight we are going to be seeing two different matches between Legion and EG First, which will be the second semi-finals game, and followed by Raid, who previously won another one of the semi-finals games to go through to the grand finals. And whoever wins this semi-finals, we're about to witness. So tonight, I'm one of your hosts, Satan, and I'm also joined by Wild One's helper. Good evening.
Good evening. Hello, everyone, and happy to be here. And it's a pleasure, as always, to be involved in a Blitz Summer tournaments. Right. So donations. Make sure you donate to the prize. Today is going to be the final day of the Blitz Summer tournament. So make sure you donate to Satan. I think the link is in the description below. Hopefully.
Absolutely, and we've got
Yeah,
about 100 euros so far, so
that's great.
it's looking very healthy, and whichever team wins this evening will be receiving that entire prize pool because it's just very unrealistic to just spread what we've got between the three different teams or more. So
Nice.
it just makes more sense just to give it all to one team.
Uh,
And sorry, there was one thing I need to change. Which maps? Let's have a look at maps. What are they going to be
Uh,
first?
it's a Black Goville. We're starting with Black Goville, and then we're going to Rockfield. After that, it will be Castilla, Naval Frontier, and the tiebreaker map will be New Bay.
That's perfect. Well, hopefully we managed to get all the way to New Bay, even though it's probably one of my least favorite maps to actually, to actually see to be played on. It's just not a good map at all for Clan Wars.
In my opinion, I think it's just because one side is just so um, inherently advantageous for the team to go. But then I did see teams going the other side though, which I think very good clans also did that as well. So you
It's the
might
problem. The problem with New Bay is it's just too open on one side and then too restricted on the other. And
Hmm.
there's no good like strong positions. There's no good areas to basically utilize strong tactics because of just the way the map works. But anyway, let's not talk about that. It annoys me for some reason that map. But we will talk about is just the performance quickly of some of these teams throughout the rest of the tournament.
Ah,
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to stream too many of the double elimination knockout games, so I've been relatively busy recently.
it's
However, uh, however, they've been very good from the ones I've managed to catch up on. And seeing some competitive but also fairly one-sided games, which have both been surprising. So, for example, seeing um, Raid absolutely dominate Legion, thinking that coming 4 points up basically over
yeah,
Legion. I remember you were streaming that. How was that for you?
yeah. Yeah, I was. Well, I did use the word indifferent though, because the good thing is it was really exciting, and how Legion was able to pull back from being 4-0 down was just impressive. And Raid looked very, very dominant in those four games, and one might think that Legion would just be completely trounced from that fifth game, but they never gave up, and they just marched on, and they made some really good games in the next three wins. Unfortunately, why I say it's indifferent because I left my overlay on due to me forgetting to switch from studio mode, disabling the studio mode, which is a big no, just a big oof,
That's
basically.
unfortunate. Well, hopefully I won't have any of those issues today.
Hopefully
But
not.
okay, so teams are starting to get ready now, and let's
Yep.
just talk a bit about our first map.
Right. It's going to be Blood Goville.
Yeah,
Uh,
we've seen this map
yeah.
played quite a lot of times, and it always
Yeah.
varies between. Yes, both sides can be competitive, either going city or going out to the medium light side. But you'll see a significant amount of IS4s and other medium tanks. IS4s, E5s, and mediums rule the roost even on this map. Do you have any other comments to add to that?
Um. Yes, I actually have. Let me take a look back at my drawings. I do think that like teams either want to go either to the A side or the C side, and B would be very important. I mean, if any team could get hold of B, then that will put the enemy in a lot of cap pressure. But if you go to the A side, then you have bigger difficulty in holding the B. But I think these two teams, they will center their strategies around the B cap, and especially EG, where I have seen them playing very, very intensively around the caps. So Legion, though, they are much less cap intensive. So I would see them doing a lot of rotations, which could
But
happen.
Legion just like rushing. They're
Yeah,
brainless monkeys most of the time.
I don't think they are brainless though. They have a lot of
That's nice of you.
coordination. No, I mean I did witness some of the games though. Some of those games are really well coordinated, and the information from one side relayed to the other side. Some of these games are fine, but Legion need to get that thing right today if they want to win, though.
Good
Yeah.
evening, everybody. So tonight we are going to be seeing
Yeah.
two different
And
matches between
right, so
Legion and
we're waiting
EG.
for Skinners. Now, do you have any predictions though for this one?
5-3 to Legion.
That's so quick. Well, we are ready, so I'll click
All
the
right,
bets
let's
button.
go. I want to see what this first game
Yeah,
is going to bring. All
that's
right,
good.
so quick comments on the lineups. So from EG, we've got two IS4s, two 140s, three E5s. Very simple but very strong lineup. And then from Legion, IS4s, 140, two E5s, Vickers Light, and of course, Object in his Object. And just as we head into the first map and the first round, I am super duper excited to see what these teams bring. And we can see that initially EG just pushing out towards A with their very mobile lineup. IS4s just acting as anchors back near the B corridor. And
Yeah.
what are Legion up to at the moment as well?
EEG, they are actually a bit spread out though. Some of their forces are going to A, but probably pretty defensive, and we see a good first hit into Winch, and he spotted up already. But only this information was relayed to Legion side, and you lost taking 335. That was not
Yeah, absolutely.
even
You
worth
look
the
just be
points.
careful there. I mean, he's pushed up quite aggressively already, and clearly the Legion team is more focused, well, sorry, not more focused, but more passive than EG is at this time.
Yeah.
Which means that, okay, so now EG, interestingly, is going for base A. So is Legion going to respond to this in any way? Or they're playing incredibly passively at the moment.
Very,
Okay, they
very
do get the
fast.
reset. Just a nice shot there
Yeah.
by Snack to get the reset. Or was
But
it a
EG,
reset? I don't know.
oh, yeah, I think it was a reset, but player taking 330. But EG, look at their line, they are
Yeah,
pressing up pretty
Nicolade
aggressively.
though. Nicolade there taking two shots in return, so it was an okay trade. I mean, EG has they're trying to pressure A, but they're not getting much out of that at the moment. And Legion's just holding back.
Oh, we are seeing Skinner's not going for C now. Is he going to cap it uncontested? Now, that could give Legion the cap move, though. We can go over to that side.
Yeah, but as soon
Uh,
as they see that C capture, now I reckon EG is going to try and take advantage of their tank
oh,
advantage. But
that's true.
it's going to be interesting for them to try and do this because they're going to be extremely exposed in the open when they rush. And player now getting absolutely punished by being out in the open. He's probably going to be able to get. No, I don't think he is going to be able to get behind cover now.
I don't
And
think so.
Legion's now going to try and run away. But
Um,
great catch out there of player. Just completely eliminated him.
yep. And, no, I think Legion, they're still very, very bunched into one single corner, and they are not in very good position. I probably would see Carolate and Legolate pushing up anytime soon, though, and to cover and to make some kind of surround movement towards a Legion.
Yeah, well, I mean, Legion's now just trying to play the caps, and they are just ahead. Despite losing one tank, which would have made the 80-point difference, they are now just ahead in capture points, and they're pushing back towards the caves. And I don't know why they're thinking of doing this, honestly. Because if we just think about the history of where the EG tanks have been, they're just rushing into their whole team. And look at how unorganized this rush is. We just have Catch the Snack and Snack just pushing in at the front, but people aren't
But
following up behind too fast.
I think Legion realized that it will take those two ice force from EG time, but they are going to be back here soon though. Hit point wise is going to be in favor of EG, and Ronka taking some more hits. And we can see Snack and Cash Snack in the corner a bit isolated, but
They're just trying to trade out with Chocolate here, and it's not going too badly since EG are kind of now stuck in a really awkward position in the caves. They're kind of flanked out now, and Eggy's got a really nice position to the back of Nicolade. Object's getting shots on the side of Nicolade too, along with Skin the Snack. And EG's in a really awkward position here. This is looking good for Legion, despite the hit points.
Snack is down, and now we also have Nicolade down, so the tank up still for EG, so I don't think Legion has a good advantage yet.
No, Legion doesn't have the advantage anymore. It was looking good for them, but if Skin the Snake maybe able to turn this around by getting the kill on Snack Chocolate even, which he does. But Catch the Snack is now going to go down,
Yeah,
and
and
it's
it's
going to be up
almost.
to the remaining 4 tanks here from Legion to win.
Ooh, Yuri locks us down
I'm
as well.
stuck in
Eggy
the
is
cliff.
surrounded by 2 tanks. I'm stuck in the cave as well.
I keep on getting stuck in the cliffs, but and
Oh,
yeah,
it's a
Eggy's
bounce.
going to get focused down here, and
I thought
then
it was a bouncer skin.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, 2v4,
Uh,
and Objects is going to go down here unfortunately to Carolate, or no, to Romka even from the side,
yeah,
and valiant effort there from Legion, but EG definitely had the better plan, and a player getting caught out in Z5 early on in the game was really the decider in that match.
that's true. I did agree with you that the push is a bit uncoordinated, and especially when Legion doesn't have the cap lead. No, the hit point lead. I mean, at that moment. So yeah. So first game we're going to be it's going to be EG. Look at the damage spread here. It's just around 1.3k difference. Though Object Free did over 3k in his 268, but still couldn't help his team to win though.
Yeah, I mean, it was just EG had a much better team cohesion that game. The Legion push was into just the entire enemy lineup, which was rather confusing, as I mentioned. About can you kick EXO from that other random guy from the room? Um, I don't know how he got the password.
I
It's
don't know.
it's
Strange.
rather confusing how why Leeson thought that push would be a good idea. They're rushing into the entirety of the enemy team. It wasn't as I mean, they did try to get the flank, but EG had a really easy job of rotating back to counter push. And I did like Legion's attempts of just basically trying to snipe, but they just weren't able to do enough damage because they were sent in their mediums to rush rather than them being the ones that farmed. And the heavy tanks should have been ones taking the hits. It was kind of a bit of backwards logic, to be honest with you.
Okay, that's actually I will keep Kek here just in case if one of
He's
the
fine.
Legion
No,
players.
he's fine. He's fine. I
Oh,
was
I
like
thought
the other
you
guy.
want me to kick him.
No, not him. Another guy.
Okay, sorry. Because I heard that you want me to kick him. Sorry. Apologies. Apologies to Kek. Juicy tennis steak. I'm sorry about that. Uh,
Let's talk about their next match quickly. So
right, I'm ready.
everyone's
Oh,
already readied up, which is oh no,
no. Nope.
last minute change. And the two Vickers lights, two IS4s, E5, W5, and 268 from Legion. Nothing
On the EG
special about
side.
that particularly. I mean, having two Vickers lights is great for mobility. You might see a fast cap of C or A depending on what EG tries to do or what lineup EG has. But again,
Ooh,
it's
we'll
hard
see.
to tell from at this point.
But
The
at the
113s though for EG, if they keep those are a bit of a giveaway for aggression, seeing
yeah.
as they're incredibly fast and have very high DPM.
But
But
they
again,
do have to be careful of not letting the 1-3s to become the defensive tanks though. Because we saw before, I think it was OutK against Raid, those two 1-3s got absolutely deleted very quickly when they have to
You
move back.
mind
It
stopping the storm,
was
please? Thank you very much.
alright, sorry. That was
nice. Um, right, and there we go. Let's get into the next round.
yeah,
Uh,
apologies.
Black Goldville. Now with side swapped.
Yeah, apologies. I just forgot that completely.
That's right. And perfect. Let's see. So easy here with the 2113s, 2E5s, STB, Vickers, and IS4. And we are seeing the aggression from them. So they're pushing straight into town with that lineup, which is what we thought, or what we assumed we might be
I
seeing. And Romka getting a nice early shot there, although not getting the damage.
yeah,
And
very
Vic,
interesting.
sorry, go
Sorry.
on.
Be very interesting movement from Legion. Most of the forces a bit going into middle now. E5's rotating to A, so that's a really interesting move, I would say. But Cash's next potentially in a very bad position. But we'll see if the EG tanks they got C though, will they actually go aggressive and then catch a snack off guard? We'll see. But I think Legion has the position to work with that.
Yeah, well, I mean, what currently Legions just put themselves a big disadvantage here. They moved slowly towards A, whereas there was a very decisive push into C from EG. However, if they are able to get a nice surround all the way around all the way around EG's position, then they could put themselves a good advantage here.
Right.
But it looks like Legion's kind of rotating backwards. Again, I don't really agree with this sort of movement. Like, why would
Uh,
you rotate backwards when you're not spotting anyone over on A side? You want to be, like, you've already got a strong position where you are. They're not going to be able to push too easily into you.
I think Legion needs to make use of those two figure lights to get the information for their team, because right now they're just holding, and that if Legion decides to push, then they will make a gamble here. And EG, they don't have to do anything right now because they did lose a bit of hit
But
points,
yeah,
but they have cap lead.
they've got the cap advantage, which is for them.
Yeah.
I just want to point something out quickly.
Oh,
So Winchellade
what? Wrong
has
complete.
Winchellade
Sorry.
has an STB for the spotting role in the back, whereas Vickers would be a much
Legion's
better
putting game
tank.
rush. Legion's rushing C now.
And Legion is pushing into the entirety of the EG team, just like they did last time in the caves. So this could work. I mean, if they can get their focus fire to work, we've seen them do this sort of thing successfully. But again, they're pushing into 2-on-1-3s, which is one of the highest, the highest DPM heavy tank in the game.
But one of the
So-
trees there, Traverse Speed is going to let them down, and they need to focus fire. They're focusing shock now, and Aegis
So
spearheading.
it's, I mean, yeah, absolutely. If Legion can get this focus fire to work for them, then this could absolutely go their way. They need to rotate out the low health tanks and just continue firing. But let's have a look at the flank at the moment. Legion's completely surrounded, and Skin the Snack is just a complete one-shot here. The hit point advantage is still for Legion, and it is in the favour of Legion at the moment. Another tank goes down now, so it's 3 tanks down for EG, and all tanks up for Legion at the moment.
And Kesha's neck is doing 1 versus 1 against Witcher. And no, he's ignoring that, and I think Ronka's going down any time, and he's down. Orca's going to run away, and
he's getting a HE shot. Oh, 1.2k max roll on Orca. Oh no.
He's a god.
Oh man, that feels so bad. And then there we go, that's the end of that round. Actually, you know what? My early skepticism was not justified. That push by Legion did work out. However, you know, it's not the play I would have agreed with. However, it did work out, I admit.
But I do actually like their
Oh
idea.
damn, man! I forgot to change the stream logo, the stream overlay again.
The curse of the overlays. Welcome to the.
Yeah, it's because it took so long for the game to start. I was distracted. Oh well.
That's great, but I really like a Legion idea there. They just surprise everyone. I mean, me and you included, to be honest with you. I mean, and you can exactly see why I was talking about those 1-3s. If they are forced to be holding a flank, they will be in a lot of trouble. And exactly, I think they were the first tanks to be down for EG.
Right. Sorry, I'm just Right, let's have a look at some of the damage numbers. I mean, that was just a strong focus fire game there from Legion. See, good damage figures across the board. Unlock's getting the top damage for his team, which is nice. And yeah, let's talk about our next map, which is what's that next map?
Rockfield.
Rockfield, amazing. This is I mean, we talk about this all the time. It's a very strong lane. This is quite a small map, but very strong lanes. You know, mainly teams focused around A and B, with a few tanks maybe fast or very heavily armored to go and try and capture B. It'll be interesting to see how teams do it. Mainly, most of the time they'll either spot one of the sides A or C, and then send the majority of their forces to either side, or they'll split evenly, which is probably the more common and standard meta play.
Well, I actually spectated quite some games, but I do think what I see is teams actually just going to skew over to either A or C. But I agree with you that the B would be an absolutely important cap. But getting the cap will be difficult though, because all the teams would be trying to position the tanks to reset that cap. So we're going to see how these two teams are going to center their strategies around B cap.
Absolutely. We've seen Legion and have some really interesting games on this map before, including some interesting losses, interesting wins. I think it was against EG one last time when EG tried baiting them.
Are we ready though?
Yeah, we are ready. We're ready. EG tried baiting them and it didn't work out. And yeah, and we're heading to our third third game,
Okay,
second.
lineups. Catch Snack is going with Aggie in the IS4, Snack Leopard 1, Object 3 to Fate, WE5 in Player, and Union Locks, and Skin Slack in Vicus. EG, we have Winch in IS4, Orca 140, Ronka and Chocolate in WE5, Carolade in Vicus, Legolade and Nicolade with double 1-3s. We're
That's
going to see EG heading most of the forces into sea, but Winch is already spotted likely from Skin. And this is a really interesting move. That is a really interesting position for taking
well,
that.
none of EG's main attacking force over here has actually been spotted yet.
Yeah.
So they're going to probably be quite a surprise for Legion. However, Legion is already starting to rotate Eggy and Catch the
Yeah.
Snack in their IS4s all the way background. So they
Right.
are already preempting a movement such as this.
I think Legion actually read what EG's do. I think they have an idea that all their forces are there because right now they are preparing to run, although they are not entirely sure though. And Orca is getting C. They are going to get a Capley now, EG, but we're going to see Carolade going back to his spawn and potentially going to spot up the ace, I will see. But
Well,
nothing.
so interestingly, I mean, I don't know why Legion started capping so late. I mean, the C cap's been available for what? Wait, did he just get a reset? No, I thought he did. Uh, I mean, they saw the C cap come. They saw that most of the tanks from EG were already going over the sea, but at least it's got quite a nice little hold here with these two Legion E5s sitting right at the back. So it's gonna be, yeah. It seems like Nicolade and Legolade and their 113 is gonna be pushing up.
Oh, Lanak took a 332 from Carolade, but I think it was actually the signature move from Legion. I think it was intentional. They left the cap so late, and then I think the advantage of that is that that gave them the focus on the map. And for a lot of games, I do really like their map awareness, and we will see if that's the case in this one.
And some nice blind fire there from Romka into the bush which Object is trying to sit in.
And
And
it
he didn't hit
protects.
it that time, but it does put some pressure on him. And now
Oh,
Eggy
catches.
and Catch the Snack are now pushing up, so it's gonna be. I think Legion's gonna go for a push on this flank over here,
Right.
which might work. They have got the tank up, tank advantage. So and if Object 3 joins in, and let's see how
But
this goes. Some
but
initial
it
bounces
relies
here.
on the catcher snap. Catcher snap is coming from behind, but if he stopped on the way, then those E5s and Aggie would be in a lot of trouble.
There's a lot of bounces going on at the moment. The Legion players pushing up have taken a significant amount of damage against these hold down EG tanks, and Player again being the first one to be absolutely shredded here. Player puts in another bounce again, and he dies. Players gets absolutely focused down, and Sneck in his Leopard 1 is again in he gets killed as well. And Skin the Sneck is now getting killed by the EG light and mediums. It's all going down at exactly the same time at the moment, and EG is looking significantly at the advantage here with double the hit point, cap advantage, and all of their tanks alive to Legion being 3 down. Eggy again is about to go down to Legolade and his 113, and that's all she wrote for Legion at this point.
And we see Carolade and Winchley coming from behind, and Union Locks is the next one to be dead. And he took like 1,000 consecutively, but also Legolade taking 500 and Object 3 is down. And Mark, why?
That's it. I mean, obviously that's it. But damn, that push from Legion
Sorry.
really didn't work out.
Didn't work out. I think it took them some time to rush on the other side, and those 3 tanks there, I think EG have had better positions, and in the end, that move didn't materialize well. And also interesting to see Legion also did 2 versus 2 with those lights and mediums, and they failed on that side as well. I think
Well,
that was
yeah, that's probably partly to do with the fact that EG managed to get some nice fire across the map into them, which helped out significantly. I mean, look at Sneck and his Leopard, which Whoopsie did 1 shot of damage that game, and I mean, rather useless. If we look at the damage from EG here, it's significantly better.
yeah.
Everyone doing the lowest being 1.7k, right? I mean, that's a really strong performance by them.
I think now Legion needs to pick up their form now because their rotations haven't been the most coordinated I've seen so far for Legion. They've done much better than that before, but we need Legion to make this kind of improvement now, or otherwise EG will be getting away with the win.
And I think the sort of response Legion needs to do is they just need to firstly, I need to mention what EG is doing really well. They're not giving Legion an easy rush opportunity.
Yeah,
Their flanks are always really well supported, and they're
yeah,
not leaving heavies easily exposed or to be picked off. Basically, have we swapped sides, by the way?
definitely.
Yeah, good. Just checking. And
That's
I think let's see if Legion are going to need to find another tactic to be able to do, and let's see if this lineup favors them. So if you just want to go through the lineups.
Sure. Cassius Knack with Aggie in the IS-4 1.3, or again in the 268, his most favorite tank. Player will be playing E5 alongside Unilox, and Skinner Slack will be playing Vickers Slack in 1-1. E.g. Legalade in IS-4, Orca in 140, which in 268, Nicolade in E5 alongside Romka, Chocolate, and Carolade will be in Vickers. And we see Skinner Slack again making an early spotting, and they spotted up Carolade, but the shots aren't connecting to Skin though. So crucial
Hmm.
information obtained for Legion. So how is EG going to do in this at this time? In
Well, I mean, currently EG's gone for a significantly more passive play, but again, look, they're doing a similar thing to what they did in Rockfield on the other side last time. Instead of 1-1-3s, they're going with E5s. They're storing their tanks at the back here, hoping Legion decides to rush round, which they know EG knows Legion likes doing. But so they're just going. Legion are playing passive though. They are just capping C. They're taking it nice and slowly, and let's see how EG
Unilox trying
decides to
to
respond to
fight.
that.
But Legion this time is going to get a cap lead. We see Carolyn getting spotted from the other side, but 3 tanks on A, no, 4 tanks on A for Legion. But are we going to see a rotation from EG? They're going to see now. They're E5's dropping the
And
speed
they're all
boost.
spotted. So Snek is actually able to escape relatively well, I say
No,
relatively
it's
unscathed. He
not.
just took 2 shots there.
The player is going to be
Um,
in a lot of trouble now. He's going to
Again,
get
what
much.
is it with player and getting caught out, man? I mean, this is the third game he's been caught out in, and he's going to be the first tank to go down. Like, what?
But the E5s from the Legion are coming back to save him.
Yeah, so Legion is now trying to do a counter push, but again, if we look at the position from the Legion tanks, they're kind of behind. Eggy is now just getting into the fight, and actually I say that Legalade is out of the fight too, so it's going to be interesting to see if Legion managed to focus down anyone.
Oh,
Forehand.
Romper getting 1.3k.
Chocolate does go down, and Romka's taking massive damage, and so is Unilox. Unilox now being a one-shot, he does manage to go down, and Catch the Snake's going to put another shot into Romka here. Romka putting him on a one-shot. Hit points are very close, but tank advantage is to EG at the moment.
And Romper is going to go down at any moment. Carolyn taking 400 hits though. Legion now making counter.
Oh my god, they can't kill Romka. What's going on? They're just leaving him alive.
Oh dear. Oh, Object
And
now.
Object just gets absolutely destroyed. Hit points here slightly in favour of EG, although Carolade is getting focused down very nicely here. And he does go there, he does go down, and that's 4-3 to Legion, but EG have so many hit points more, man. It's going to be a tough game.
They have 140 though with Walker, needs to make it work, and he killed Snack. And Legolas is getting trapped by Skinner Snack and catches that, but who will be killed?
It's going to be interesting. Can Catch the Snake get off another shot? He does not manage to do it, and now it's a 2-on-3. Oh!
No, 3.
HE into the rear of that Vickers Light there. Absolute killing him, and that again, that is Legion finished it. Great turnaround there, bringing it from a 4-on-3 to a 3-on-1. Nice pick up there by EG. Again, really strong performance. Great push by them there, catching out some completely exposed Legion players. That was basically... Oh my god, I did it again. I didn't change the bloody logo. I'm just going to keep it on in battle. Man, it's going all wrong.
Oh, yeah. But I think EG, what they've done well is that those E5s rushing in that actually scared Legion, and those IS4s coming in very, very slow, and that's kind of the main setback with IS4s, unfortunately. Are we going to see a substitution? Oh, Dion is coming it's coming in place of Legolade now. Right. Let me see. The next map will
No,
be
he's not. He's not. That's a joke.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's sarcasm.
Oh. No,
Wait.
but they only have 6. I put Dion in because they need one more player.
Oh, but yeah, you said Legolade. Legolade's from EG.
Oh.
Yeah, no, Honor was getting put in, but I thought you just mentioned Legolade. Yeah.
Apologies.
I thought you
Don't
were
put
falling for that joke.
don't put on. Okay, I'm confused. All right,
No, no, it
Kek
is right. That's fine. That's fine.
Kek is going in. The juicy tender steak. It's here. It's going to shuffle things up, I would say.
All right, and next map is Castilla.
Castilla. Yeah, it is Castilla.
Perfect.
But I think last game what I do like Legion is that pseudo rotation, no, but it didn't help in the end because the IS force are too slow, unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's think about how Legion's gonna try and fix this. Okay, yeah, you need to put honor in now for in Legion. Let's think about how Legion is gonna be able to fix this. Currently, they're significantly down. 3-1 is quite significant. And I honestly wonder, what sort of tactics they're going to employ. They're probably going to their aggression just hasn't been working. So I wonder if they're going to try and go for more set piece tactics, try and bait
Wait,
EG in
they're
any
going
way.
with 6 only. We need the honor here. Okay.
Yeah. So what's your views on what they're going to be doing? Do you reckon they'll go for something more set piece, or do you reckon they'll just keep trying what
I
they've been
think
doing?
Castilla is a map that will favor somewhat defensive strategies, and both teams would not want either one of the clans to cap the bases. So I think that will happen. But then rotation-wise, this map is slightly difficult, but not impossible. So we could see some good rotations happening here and there, but we'll see if it's going to be the case then.
Absolutely.
Right.
And I believe, oh no, Nicolade isn't quite ready yet. And I believe we are ready to go in.
Good.
And I've changed overlay.
That's good. Legion side, we have player with the honor in IS4, Snack in 2-8 alongside Object 3. Kak is going to play E5 alongside Unilox, and we finished up with Skin, the Snack in the Vacant Light. EG, we have double IS4 with Legolade and Nicolade. Winch is going to play in 2-8, and Orc is going to play in an SV1. Rom is playing in the E5 Vacant Light, played by Carolate, and finally we have Shocklade in 1-3. And Blind Fire happening somewhere. Doesn't connect anywhere, but EG, most of the forces are heading into the A cap. And Legion is...
Legion is sticking to 268s up on the up on the hill, but that's not going to work out for them because EG isn't pushing towards C. They are actually pushing towards A, and Legion is being so passive right now.
So Blind
really
Fire
passive.
going to nowhere. And more Blind Fire going to nowhere. So
but they are trying. They are trying. It's
just
trying to weed out, see where the positions are.
That's true.
Both teams playing really passively. The only tank from Legion right now who's actually pushed up anywhere is Unilox in his E5. And EG has got Orca up on the hill with Romka, so they've got some nice positions there.
Yeah, but then I am a bit worried about Unilox and Skin because they potentially would have 5 tanks onto 2. If they rush, if EG rush, these 2 tanks would be in sort of a nightmare situation.
No, I disagree. I mean, if we look at the Legion lineup, they got 2-2-6-8s. Like, if they decide to push, which they are doing right now, they should be absolutely punished for their moves.
But at the moment, it's going to be the case.
It's going to be a bit of a Mexican standoff to start off with.
Ooh, Snack could connect to Lego. That's going to be not a good start for him though.
And we see player here, yeah, he's going to get a really strong position, which is going to counter the E5's position played by Romka. And it's just honestly, like these 2-2-6-8s at the back, they're able to be really punishing. If EG decides to make the move, which I believe they will at some point.
Though equally, if they are out in the open, though, they could be absolutely punished by those EG tanks from the same fire. We've seen lots of situations where that is the case, and Legion is already pushing in.
So they're now trying to push in towards the B cap, and Honor and Juicy were all both spotted. And here we go. This is the exact sort of pick-off that Legion needs. Although Nicolade is going to be able to pull back into the river, it's going to be interesting to see if Legion decide to follow him in.
Nicolade took a massive beating. Where did that come from? I think he was trying to capture A, and those double 2s got the better of him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, a lot of hit though.
Legion's managed to play this one really well so far. They've managed to pick off quite a lot of hit points, although Object 3 has lost a lot of hit points too. So player again getting farmed. I think he
Couldn't
was
get.
trying to capture B, but currently, like, that's not the greatest idea, seeing as that position is so well covered by, so many guns.
I mean, Nikolai, that was really crucial for him not to lose all of his hit points, although is pretty low though. But that's going to be very important for EG to make a push later on. Snack is in the river.
It's a water snack, that's what he is.
Probably. But hit point wise, Legion is in a slight advantage, and EG is
Legion,
very much.
not just hit points, like, look at the map currently. Legion is such a great flank on the majority of EG team here. They're completely pinned between the 268s and the E5 and the IS4, played by Honor and Juicy. Like, look at this. Winkelade taking another shot, and this has allowed Unilox to take the hill and skin the snack to get some great fire down the flanks of them as well. I mean, this map is looking really strong for Legion so far.
Potentially, Kerley could get 2 tanks there. 2 very low tanks on his side, though. But will Legion pick up Kerley? They are now going 4 tanks onto
Well,
1.
Carolade is now getting pushed by Legion, and Honor's pushing out. Nicolade is there to cover him, but he doesn't manage to get the penetration.
Oh, Romka and Chocolate is going for Kek, and he took 437 in return. And Ulox is shooting Romka with 400 damage.
Yeah, so this is interesting because the 2 really high hit point tanks are actually the ones that are doing it. And yeah, I mean, Chocolate's taking just so much damage now, and the hit points are so low on EG across the board, and same with Legion now, but all tanks are still alive. Look at this. Okay, the first tank to go down is now Orca, and we're going to see a bunch fall in quick succession now. And there we go. There goes Skin the Snack. So now it's 2 down for Legion with Keck as well. And then we've got so many low hit point tanks across the board, so many one-shots. And there we go. We see Leglade go down, quickly followed by Unilox and his E5. And Skin the Snack is now going to try and take up a really important position. Object 3 manages to take down Chocolate and his 113. And now Honor is going to be trying to counter Nicolade.
Yeah, Nicolade's hits also struggle.
No
but
penetrations.
Kerley can get corner from his back. He did with 361. It will be very important for Kerley because he's the only light tank on.
And Kerley does manage to pick up Honor as well. Okay, so now it's interesting because Sneck and his Object 268 has got full hit points, but it's not the best tank to have hit points in.
EG still has the cap lead though. That's they have to work with that. But
Player's taking some really big risks doing that sort of peak there. Did you see that?
I missed that. Sorry.
I mean, he just completely peeked out, and Nicolade got a shot into him, but he didn't pen. And as you said, yeah. So Legion here's not going to be the ones to do some stuff.
Kerley is going to face the Wraith of Snack.
Oh, great shot there by Sneck. So now they give themselves a little bit more time. They even it back to 3-on-3. However, again, the caps. Winchelade's about to get flanked here, but he does manage to pick up Player. Why is Player peeking there? That's such an unnecessary peek. Oh, and then Sneck managed to finish the ball. So now it's just 1-on-1. Sorry, between Sneck and Nicolade. And Object 3 is going to be able to come in and hopefully get a flank in him. We will see how he's able to do that. Object 3 coming in. Nicolade is now reloading. Is he able to get it? No, and Sneck's he's just gonna play it safe. Sneck's gonna move in, hopefully just fire off a HE or a heat round straight into him.
Take some time, he got it. Good. It was a good game for Legion. Oh, that was tense.
I was about to say that evens it up, but it doesn't. It only puts them 2-3.
Oh.
So
yeah,
it's still close.
It's very, very close.
And yeah, we see Sneck there being MVP of that game for his team.
Yeah.
Playing very nicely.
As I said, like player got careless on multiple occasions and got punished with that multiple times. Might want to stop doing that though. If
yeah, he made some really unnecessary peaks there. He would have easily just been able to stay in cover and just not take any damage. And because he was a one shot and let the teammates flank and then at the end move in, like Juicy did. Was it Juicy? Sorry, who was the other? No, like Object did his 268, but yeah.
But I really like how Legion actually made a surprise move into B and Penset and Nicolade. Although Nicolade was a bit lucky enough to get out, not having most of the hit points down, but then EG also got stripped of their hit points while trying to help Nicolade though. So well done to Legion making that maneuver there.
Absolutely. I mean, Their maneuver into the center of the map, flanking B, was really strong. It was just if Carolade wasn't there, it would have been such a strong position. But Carolade was there, which kind of countered it a little bit. Although they did make the most of what they could do. So
Yeah.
in one way, it was still successful.
I mean, yeah, that's true though. But then if EG positioned at TD, I think at their spawn though, Legion with that kind of rotation that could get them punished though. Sometimes Legion with that kind of move, sometimes it does not work for them. But sometimes it works when there are no TDs overlooking the seaside, and that's exactly what happened to Legion this time with little concentration onto their potential their rotation there.
Absolutely. And okay, so we're heading into our sixth game shortly. We're just waiting for Legion basically to ready up. And
Are
I
we going
wonder
to
what
see
sort
a
of
comeback?
tactics they're going to employ this time.
It'll be interesting to see, but this time last game their rotation was much more coordinated,
Mm,
and they still didn't put a lot of emphasis on the capstone, but they're gradually getting their feeling back with their rotation. We'll see if it's going to be the case in this game.
absolutely. I'm interested to see if EG plays a different flank, and it looks like they're going a lot heavier this time in terms of actually no, sorry, a lot lighter. Uh, less IS4s, many more mediums, and
We
of
are
course
ready.
the E5. And let's head into the next match.
That's good. Lineups, Kek and Leona going back into the IS4, and Object 3 will be taking to Zeta, and Player will be playing E5 alongside Unilox, and Snack will play Quickest Light alongside Skinner Snack. EG side, we have Legalade into Zate, Winch in the STB1, Nicolade will be playing E5 alongside Romden Chocolate, and finally it will be Carolade and Orca in double Vekas. And we are seeing EG heading most of their forces into A, while Legion it's a bit spread out though, but some of their forces are going to A, and Snack is going to take a very aggressive position to potentially. Oh, Skin is not taking some hits though there.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't get off quite as much information as he wanted to, but it's very clear that Legion's focusing around A. They managed to get Snack right up onto the hill, into the strong side. He is playing passively though, as you should, in case there's a rush for A, but he's not seen that so far, so he's getting a little bit more confident. And it looks like he's going to be moving E5s up onto the hill, similar to EG. So it's going to be a 4 tank versus 4 tank, but with the EG 268 at the back, played by Legalade.
Right, and it's going to be a stalemate at the moment, but Carolate is running away, potentially he's not. He wants to get unspotted first before making that move. While Orca and Nicolade are defending very, very carefully over to see. Will they spot up Skin Snack though? We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they will.
I don't think so.
I don't think Orca's gonna.
Oh,
Orca might
we
spot
see
him.
some action. We see some action onto A. I think which took some hits though. I thought Keck took a lot of hits. I was wrong.
No, he didn't take any. Well, there's
Yeah,
not that much action.
not much action.
Skin the Snack is now just trying to spot out. He does spot Nicolade for no spotting in return, but
Oh,
takes
Skins got
a
spotted.
shot and gets spotted for that. So now Orca, Carolade, and Nicolade are all
Might
over
make
from EG versus simply Skin the Snack. And there's no support he can get really, other than from
True.
Object.
Oh, but Winch took a massive beating though. He's now down to 1,200 hit points. Their side there on A is in tatters. I think it's going to be in a bit danger.
Their side isn't in tatters as such, but I mean they've not got. The thing is it's much harder to hold that side at the hill, or from EG spawn currently. Like they're playing as best they can, from what they've got, but their real movement's gonna have to come from C or moving through B, similar to how Legion did last game.
Yeah, it's probably a bit exaggerating to use the phrase in tatters though. It's just kind of the phrase that just pops up my mind, and it was like that. But they're not connecting any shots into the blind fire into the bush from Legion though. But still a very very passive gameplay right now, and the order.
Honor just doing some pro reverse side scraping and nice shots towards Carolade, not hitting him though.
Continuing them. But I think the order there is so crucial to look at whether EG is putting any forces into there, but that's not the case at the moment. And EG potentially stacking up into A, but still not much is happening going on, but hit point wise, Legion is having a lead.
And that is it's a rather insignificant lead. That could all change. I mean, it's only Snek that's Skin the Snake that's actually taking a little bit of damage, but honestly, like losing a little bit of hit points in your STB isn't the end of the world.
Yeah, it's not really the end of the boat. What matters is the focus fire and whether EG is able to isolate. Well, are they making a push now? Nickel, Chocolate, Romka going in, potentially censoring out a player. But are we going
Absolutely,
to
and
see a
like
recon?
it's because Legion have rotated tanks back round towards C to try and make a play, but now EG here has managed to catch out Legion in the process of doing that, and they're getting some absolutely fantastic shots here, all into KW, getting absolutely dominated. Carolade also
Oh,
managing to get shots into the back of Unilox, and player here has just come in too late. Legion being the ones to respond this game.
Object 3 needs to rotate though, because EG won't be trying to get out. He needs to do that now, and he's going to do that. And
It's interesting how Legion haven't given up the hill here, and Unilox is getting punished for not giving up the hill there, taking another 800 damage. And Romka here is getting a nice position. Chocolade and Nicolade pushing down, and they've got such a strong position here. If they can do a triple peek onto player, he's going to get absolutely focused down. And same with Keck
Back
W.
and Unilox potentially killing Romka now. He's getting surrounded.
Oh,
by
that's. I mean, yeah, that's fine. But Juicy gets focused down for it. It's the more tanks are getting focused down here from Legion compared to EG. Oh, but Winch gets focused down there as well. They do need to be careful not to give up too much in exchange for these tank kills. And players just bouncing, not getting penned at the moment.
Romka is down.
Romka's down.
And potentially we are going to see Skin the Snack doing 1v1 against Legalade.
Yeah, that didn't go quite as well as I thought it would for EG. I mean, they're 2 tanks down each, and their Legion has the hit point advantage. Interesting.
And interesting, despite the order being out of the game for a majority of that period, I think Legion did a fantastic job in holding their hit point there.
I mean, the honor being full health is really important. But Unilox now is going to get rushed by Carolade, and then hopefully Chocolade, well, at least from the point of view of EG, will be able to get some support shots.
He's going to be in a lot of trouble.
Oh,
and he's taking
my god.
700. Oh, and he's dead.
Yeah, he Skin the Snake absolutely focused out, but yeah, Object 3 getting an amazing HE round there as well.
Oh, yeah, that was really good. Legolas is going to be down at any moment. He's running away. Is Unilox going to kill him? Or is
no, Unilox gets killed by Legalade and then focuses down the light tank. Interesting choice there of tank. But Honor and Object 3 is still both full health, and is Snek going to be able to get Legalade? Okay, that's important. That means now the other 2 don't have to waste their shots.
Good shot into Nicolade.
Big damage onto Nicolade too. And Object 3, if he can get this HE into Orca, that will finish him off. And Honor now is basically just got a 2v1 against Nicolade and Chocolate as well.
That's crucial. The Honor holding off 2 tanks, but Nicolade is going to go down. He did go down.
It does finish him off.
One to shock. Object 3 is 1 shot now. Who is going to win this one now?
Because the thing is, Orca now can support Honor.
And he's down.
I'm so sad I missed that. Great shot there by Object, man. Oh, how did he let that happen?
Yeah.
That's such a disappointment.
Yeah, because Vegas was such a really important tank for EG, got a lot of mobility to actually get the better of the Honor and Object 3, who are in slow tank. Oh!
That was GG. Points. Of
I
course.
completely forgot the caps.
I wasn't looking at the time. That was just GG.
Oh, GG's for EG. The caps. Oh, right.
That puts it, so rather than evening up, well, Legion probably would have won that game. It is now 2-4.
Oh my god, I completely missed that.
Oh my god, I just wasn't looking at the time. I imagine the other stream was probably surprised by that one too.
Hopefully Roland got that, because he did get that. I think it was RTK against Legion, and he did really get the cap points there. So.
Alright, so let's have a quick look at the damage. Really good damage across the board for both teams, but it's like, man, points. That's what that one cap can do. That's what that one cap can do for you.
That's true.
And Legion had the opportunity to take a cap at some point, but they just didn't. Like, it's all it takes is 10-15 seconds, and it can be an absolute life changer.
But I think they don't want to do that at that point, because at that point, Legion.
Sorry, quickly, what's the next map as well?
it was Naval Frontier. But I was saying like Legion was getting pushed on one side. If Legion was getting a cap, I mean, for example, B, then Legion could just push on without any. Probably they have a really solid solid hit point advantage and also the positioning. So I do agree with the move with Legion, but I think they were slightly slow. I don't know. Just can't tell because the cap was so important for EG.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is the match point now. Rather than being juiced at 3-3, it is now match point. And honestly,
Yeah.
this is kind of backwards to my prediction, which I feel kind of bad about now. But EG have made a really, really strong performance against Legion in
Yeah.
this
Legion
match.
needs to win 3 now. That's going to be a huge morale setback for Legion right now. But they don't want to let that come to their mind though. And Legion are known for their ability to make comebacks. So we're going to see.
Mm. And is everyone getting ready?
Not
Yes,
yet.
absolutely perfect. I don't know whether I hope this match is over now, or because I don't know if Legion can come back from this. That's the thing. Like they have to win 3 in a row now, whereas EG obviously only has to win 1.
But you never know. They tried against Raven.
Legion are very good at doing comebacks. However, are they this good? We will have to find out in our match point match. Legion versus
So
EG.
now they're going to go have CAC and Unilox in IS4 Optic 3 to Z again. Player playing E5 alongside the order in Vickers. Finished up by Skin in a 1-1-3. On the EG side, we have Mouse played by Winch, Nicolade, and Orca playing 140 Legolade. We're playing E5 alongside Robica and Shocklade again. And Vickers will be finished up by the Vickers. We will see EG heading most of their forces into C and Carolade trying to spot up. He did manage to spot up Legion heading most of the forces into A though.
It's an interesting position here from EG. They're all putting a lot of pressure on the C base, and they're going to get into it before Legion gets into B. However, Legion has the opportunity to get into A as well, so they will have the 2 cap advantage. Look at this great idea here by Legion. There's no way this mouse is going to be able to get here in time, and there are 2 tanks here from Legion, so interesting shot there taken by Unilox. He knew that mouse was coming.
Yeah, but though usually AB side and Naval Frontier is the more inferior side. And
really, I would much prefer to have the AB side in the position that Legion has right now. They have that A base position is so strong. Look at it. It's hold down, it's high ground, and it's really difficult to get up to.
Winch picking 200. Oh,
what is Skin doing, man?
Oh,
1.5k damage for that peak. That is not worth it, especially seeing as he didn't actually even penetrate his shot, man.
That's a huge setback to him. Snack's going to take some hits now, and
they need to stop. They need to stop playing for these. They're really trying to play for these shots, and man, they're just bleeding hit points everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I see so many games where like the other team making good rotations over to AB, and probably that's what EG's doing. We're going to see double E5s with Shocklade and
Oh
Ronka,
man, and now Object 3 and Snake's flank is just been completely foiled here.
Yeah.
Wait, does Nicolade not have any ammunition? Nicolade doesn't have any ammo, right?
No.
Oh no, he does. Okay, his thing's glitched out on the replay system.
Sometimes it did. But Keck is going out pretty soon.
Just look at the hit points for Legion right now. It's 3.5k below, and it's just that they're all over the place on the map. It's just not cohesive at all.
No.
They're now trying to make a push on the left-hand side, which I think is probably the right idea. But look, the hit points are all over the place.
Yeah, Optic 3 is going to go down very soon by those 2 mediums and player.
And then player as well. And EG have managed to rotate their tanks back round in order to try and counter Unilox. It's a dribble of tanks going in. And look at this as well, the cap point advantage. This has gone to EG. We can call this 7-6, and man,
right.
Legolade is about to kill Cap W. And so, what were you going to say as well? Player's going to go down. There we go. It's now 50 points left for The
The
EG.
EG
Skin
and
the
Skinner
Snack's only a one shot. He goes
Hey,
down, and
wow,
then that's it. It's
that's
gonna
it.
be an EG raid final. GG.
GG's to them. Well, I see. Just the EG forces managed to spin Legion forces round and round. They were like running in circles, and Legion has absolutely no response after that hit into. I think it was Skinner's neck for God knows how many hit points there, and Object Freeze taking the donut, unfortunately.
Absolutely. All right. So we're gonna have a, I think there's a quick break after, so we'll continue talking for a few minutes. Then will be a quick break, and we'll head into the EG versus Raid
Right.
finals. So we'll just have a quick chat about this match and what you thought of it, and
Right.
then I'm gonna go quickly grab a bite to eat in the break.
That's good. Would you like to start, or do you want? Okay. Would you like to
You
start
go for
from?
it. You start. I just need to type a message. So if you just have a chat about it.
Okay. Will you also update the graphics as well, or do you want me to do that?
No, don't bother with updating graphics.
Okay.
No biggie.
Okay. Good. Right. Let's start with Black Yoga, the first match with Legion. Um, I think the kind of the main highlight there is that Legion trying to respawn to making a push onto the caves. That's kind of the signature move from RTK some time ago, but it didn't work out because EG, the IS force, managed to come back on time, and the Legion forces are pretty much a bit spread out and not in a good horizontal straight line. Some of their forces are at the forefront, and some of their forces are a bit at the back. And I don't think that's because some of the tanks are are too slow in responding. It's just that some of the tanks are inherently slow, and EG was able to pick up some of the tanks here and there. And what do you think about
Uh,
that?
well, sorry, just repeat the last bit of what you said.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was talking about the first game of Black Uvu, where Legion, with that kind of respawns into the caves, their lineup, I mean their formation, wasn't the best. It was somewhat layered, and I think that was the reason why they lost in that fight.
Yeah, I mean, EG's just had much stronger like tactics. That's the only way to put it. Their tactics were so much better than Legion's. Legion and their pushes were better as well. Their timings, everything just went better for them compared to what happened with Legion.
I do think that Legion, they're kind of the spontaneous. That's what I see a lot with Legion these days. Is their kind of a spontaneity. Gave them some kind of meta winners, but it didn't click for them today. I'm afraid though. But let's talk about the second map though. Second match in that though. Ooh, I see a pain.
Hmm?
Um, just bear with me for a moment. Um, Right, the second match in Blackville, which is going to be still, I think it was a Legion win. Legion, that surprised me. I think it took us both of us off guard. Probably EG as well in that push onto I think it's C in the city side. Reminds me a lot of Vale against Immortals back in the spring season, where Immortals made the same move and Immortals came up on top, and that's exactly what happens to Legion. No, to EG. Those 1-3s weren't able to hold very long, and their backward speed was so slow that by the time they got back, Legion was able to like circle them. I think so.
I just realized I made a spoiler in the Discord. Oh well, doesn't matter.
Oh.
Big rip.
Oh, that's fine. Rolling is out.
Rolling is out. What? Yeah, no, he'll probably join back. So that's it for now. I need to go grab a bite to eat because I'm so hungry, and then we'll be back at quarter past. Or
Right.
it'll be quarter past our time, and then it'll be 20 past when the stream will catch up, and that's so 20 past for everyone watching. That's when the next games will begin, and that'll be EG versus Raid. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in a few minutes. And welcome back. And we are now going to be seeing the grand finals. So the match between Raid and EG of the BST. So this is for €100, and immediately after the winning team is declared, I'll be sending the team leader that money to distribute evenly amongst their own team. Perfect. So as I mentioned earlier, it is Raid versus EG. And we're going to be having some EG just beating Legion a few moments earlier. 5-3, or was it 5-2? God help
5-2.
me. 5-2, it was 5-2. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so those were close games, and I hope we see just as close. I mean, they were close games, however, EG did beat them quite decisively. And I'm hoping we're going to see something similar here from Raid as well. Nice to see that Raid has all got the Raid B Raid. I can only see Raid. Can't see any other text. Don't know about you.
Right. Yeah, I can see Blaster, I can't see anyone as well. It's Blaster, Monday, Messi, and then it's Playmaker, Sick, Toby, and JP. I think.
Hmm.
We're not seeing OG Project though. Has been playing since the knockout stages, but he's not here today. So
Yeah, maybe
yeah, I
he's
think
not free.
oh, I think it
That's
was
a big
Toby coming
sad.
in, if I remember correctly. It was Toby coming in.
What do you mean it was Toby coming in? What?
In place of OG Project, if I could
Toby's the team
recall.
leader.
Oh, is it? It must be someone else. Maybe JP or Toby or Sick. I don't know. It just
Yeah, it might be. It's no big deal. Doesn't matter.
right.
Let's see how. I believe they're about to ready up. And oh my god, is Raid seriously going to go for the 5 mouse 2 hours 4? It looks like they will. And I believe we're ready to head into our first game.
Oh,
So whenever you're ready.
right. There we go. Quintuple mouses played by Playmaker, Blaster, Messi, Toby, and JP. Second, Moneydew will be playing the other two IS4s. Nicolay taking IS4, Winchelate taking Mouse alongside Orca, Kerry taking E3, Rocket taking E5 alongside Shocklade, and Legley will be in I13.
And I mean, it's interesting. Well, I mean, it's an interesting lineup, but it's very predictable. I love seeing these big heavy. This is one of the only maps we see in the game where the teams go this heavy because it's such a dominant kind of lineup for these sorts of maps.
And it's very enclosed as well. Looking at EG, they heading most of the forces into A, while Raid slowly plowing their way to B and C.
And I mean, Raid here, they're they've just got such an overwhelming tidal wave of mouses, and EG definitely made the correct decision not to push and contest with them because otherwise they'd put themselves at a huge disadvantage.
I mean,
Excuse me.
they did 7 mouses before, so they knew exactly where they're going. To be honest, actually.
And
But
it
Cap
looks the
not in
sea
favor
the sea
of
base, yeah,
G.
the sea base does go to Raid, so I mean they've already set themselves up in a very strong position, and breaking a line of mouses, man, it's not an enviable task.
This is going to be hard. We are also seeing no mediums and lights, so this is going to be very interesting. Because basically you just don't have any kind of these mobility to be pesky with the mouse systems.
Well, exactly, you have no sort of flanking capabilities, but on this map there's not too many opportunities to flank effectively. And I mean, we're going to see EG try and make some sort of play around the southern side of the map. Um, and depending on how they execute it, we'll have to see how it goes. And it looks
Right.
like EG's getting ready, lining up to the E3,
Oh,
the 313s in the middle too.
I think Raid are readying up for potential push from EG. Rob got spotted and some blind fire is happening from the Raid side, and and Winch is getting into Bravo, taking a lot of hits, and Nicolay taking some hits though as well. Orca took a bit of hit as well. Are they going to get B though? We'll see.
It's gonna be interesting. I'm surprised what they should have done is they should have hidden one of the mouses behind another one. Here we go. So now Orca's doing the correct thing. There we go.
Yeah.
That's the sort of thing you need to do to bring off the pressure. And they do manage to... Oh, these mouses are taking an absolute beating for this. I love the idea from EG, however, it's just not going to plan at the moment. And the rest of EG is actually pushing in now, that 113, 2 E5s. But again, you're pushing into mouses.
Yes, but
all sick though, taking lots of damage there. There's some
But,
multiple engagements going on at the moment. Yeah, go on.
but like they're getting rushed, so Chocolate, Romka and Legolade getting counter pushed by Moneydew, Sick, and Toby. And those bosses are pretty low, except Blaster is now one shot. Playmaker taking some 360, Romka is down.
Yeah, and it's quite interesting here that Raid is deciding to
Legolade.
focus down. They're focusing down the high DPM tanks of EG here, the 113 and E5s, and they're actually ignoring the two mouses.
And
Whereas
James is down.
yeah,
Legolade is down. And Sick is also down. Now Raid is trying to cap B, but no, he's got focus. Playmaker taking
Raid is now trying to just do damage control mode. So Chocolate is going to go down here to Money Dude and Toby. However, if we look at the caps, it's now 800 to EG here, and Toby's and Money Dude's gonna have to finish off Chocolate as soon as possible if they want to have any chance in this game. And there we go, he does go down, and Carolade does manage to get another shot to Money Dude as well. So now it's 5 versus 4 for. Sorry, not 5 versus 4. 4 versus 4.
of crucial bounce or Messi from Orca though. Nicolade.
Yeah, Carolade goes down there. So they're keeping the cap points away. But look at this. They're about to take their third base. They need to clean up all of the tanks.
The money needs to go down very soon. 3 hit points, and you can see 2 very healthy bounces on the race side. They able
And he does.
Which
and yeah, it's very likely going to go to EG here, unless they can DPM down all of these, both of these. Nah, there's no way. They've got 55 points. They're not even going to be able to kill another one.
Which managed to bounce Toby. I think it's going to be tough.
Well, it's coming down to points, and it's 15 points away.
Yeah.
There's no way they're going to be able to do this now.
EG's going to get this. How did they manage to do this?
That was, that EG play, that capturing a B was completely decisive. And I loved that push in from the side from EG too. I thought that was incredibly effective.
But Ray, I think they did all the right things towards getting the focus and so on, and I'm shocked that wasn't the case. They couldn't pick up, they couldn't mop up all the other tanks. Probably that's because the mouses are very, very slow.
Absolutely. And I mean, the mouse tactic was working really nicely for Raid, right up until the point that they actually needed the speed and they needed to be able to the DPM, neither of which the mouse possesses. So yeah, it's unfortunate for them at that point. Now let's have a quick look at the damage too. So Nicolade scoring 4.8k, which is really nice damage figure for an IS4. And Winch also doing a very respectable 2.9k for his mouse.
I don't think I have reset the spawns. Yeah, I now have. Is it? Yeah, got it.
It was me who wasn't readied up.
Oh,
all right, perfect. And let's head into the map again. Same map, Dynasty's Pearl. And
8 mouses together on the battlefield. Oh my goodness.
Just look at that hit points, man. 40.
Yeah, 20k for Raid. This is just madness.
Yeah, you can get a seriously big amount of hit points. Oh my god. I think the max has got to be like 22, 23k hit points, something like that.
That's just insane. But all of their forces are going to meet up. Insane. This is going to be very, very interesting.
It's going to be a brawl and a half. And I love this FV pick here by EG. I love that tank for dealing with mouses. If you can get it in a hold down position, it's just got such good DPM and penetration that you can hopefully butter through the mouse's armor.
Legolade took a hit about 482, but
Romka taking one too. Nice shot there by Messi. It's good opening shots here by Raid.
Yeah, but talking about the E2 and 5 Bs though, the other thing you don't want to miss is this the gun. It would be very crucial to use the heat into the cheeks of the mouse.
It has APCR.
Yeah, the APCR, very important.
And here we go. Raid is pushing in. I love this attack. Look at this. So they're now moving in from multiple angles, and those two, the Playmaker and Blaster as well, are moving in at exactly the same time.
Oh, Messi is also some trouble, taking down to the 285 hit points. He's not long in this world.
Yeah, he's going to be the first one focused down from Raid, and then Raid is not kind of focusing down. Other than Nicolade, it's now 3-on-1, so they're going to take him down first, and I reckon Chocolate will probably be the next target after that. At least after Romka falls as well.
EG he's focusing JP with 400, 800, and we
JP
see.
getting absolutely dominated as well. And
But tank,
sorry, go on.
tank up to raid though. Well, not now. Um, what are they
Just
going
have a
for?
look. Have a look at. So now it's a tank up to raid. So Raiders got a tank extra, and look at the hit points as well. 3k hit point advantage. That is truly significant amount. That's what taking all those mouses does for you. And now it's only mouses left. 3 mouses left.
Three
So
versus
yeah, this one's definitely going to raid here. 5
That's
versus
true.
3. More mouses,
Even
more ice force.
Bundy is very low though, down to 590, but Legolas taking 384, taking 368 more. Is he going to get a bounce? No, he couldn't get a bounce. And Money Dude 575 and
Nice
Legolas
max
now.
roll and ram there by Orca. Double
Oh,
combo.
Orca! 1085 damage.
Yeah, he's gonna die now as well. And there we go. This is Rip by Blaster, and Carolade is the last one standing. You know, that was a really great push there by Raid. The things to pick out from that, most importantly, was the focus fire. Like they took out the E5s, both the E5s and the FE first, and then there was just 4 mouses left. It was
That's
really strong performance.
really strong. Equally, I think EG also made a good move to push from B, but I think in the end it was going down to the focus fire and the focus fire priority, and that's what Ray came up on top in this match.
Absolutely. And just have a quick look at damage. Look at that, 2 4k damages there from Raid, and then some other really good damage figures, other than obviously JP, who was focused down first alongside Messi. So really strong performance there by Raids. And you know, even though EGs, you can see like the E5s and the FE, they're the ones that you'd expect to do the most damage, right? And
Yeah,
they're all occupying bottom 3 slots. So yeah, it
that's
just proves how Raids, you know.
focus fire priority, as I was talking about. Really good to actually minimize their effectiveness in on this map. And we're going to see a big change up for right now. We're not going to see a mouse now, but is he still going to take a mouse? Are they going to do that? Double mouse, Winch, and Orca. This is going to be interesting because Oasis Palms is such an open map. I'm not sure if the double mouse is going to work. We'll see. And are you ready now?
Absolutely. I'm sure the double mouse will work. I'm sure they've got an idea for it. And yeah, let's head into the next map.
Let's see.
And it is 1-1 currently. Let me just quick update the scores. I forgot about that.
Raid going with triple Vickers in the Messi, Toby, and JP. Double E5 for Blast and Playmaker. IS4 played by Money Dude and Second the Gorilla. EG will be doing double bounce of Winch and Orca. Nicolade IS4, Legalade and Romka in E5 alongside Chocolate. Carolade finished up with the Vickers Light. And they're heading most of the forces to A while Raid is a bit separated.
Well, look, Raid here's got a very, so, you know, they got a very short plan. Like they should get right into the sea base right now. They look at the lineup. If you're for Raid, look at the lineup. Come on, you can see
Yeah.
the EG's not out here.
That's true. Are they rushing now?
Yeah, absolutely. EG should, the correct decision to be to rush now. You can see C's being captured, and you know if they can clear out these 3 heavies, that's GG. That's it.
That's GG. But Vickers are very fast though. They can't relocate very quickly. EG, if they want to win this one, they need to kill all these 3 tanks there. Money Dude, Playmaker, Blaster as soon as possible. But it seems that it's not the case yet.
Well, the thing is, they've got like Playmaker's a bit out of position here, but they've got a really nice position with Blaster and Money Dude, and they kind of have to. Tanks have to expose themselves to the gorilla and everything. If they
Oh, Vickers are here now. Vickers are here, and hit point wise, it's still in favor of EG.
Yeah,
See?
of course.
Vickers
They got
point.
the thing is they got the significantly higher hit point tanks being more heavies, but if these Vickers can make their you know worthwhile, then absolutely this will go Raid's way. But currently it's 1 down from each team. Full health P mouses, HP mouses from EG, and Blast is getting focused down here quite nicely. Nicolay picking up the kill, and there was 3 down now for Raid. Oh, nice HE shot there into the gorilla too.
Yeah, Romka is going to be down soon, and Money to take all 1,000 hit points, and Romka is down, and we're going to see Winch taking some hits. Sig is still at the back. Well, only now Money Dude is taking 900 shots. He's not long in this world.
Yeah, Money Dude now just focused down, and it's 3v4. Hit points are doubled for EG. They got 2 mouses as well. So if they manage to finish off the SARS 4, it's not necessarily game over.
Yeah. But I think they
But
could.
Toby there
Oh.
taking an absolutely devastating max roll there from Winch. And nice dodge there.
And
Oh,
Sek is
okay, so the Growl does go down. So it's interesting now, like the mouses are full health points, and JP's got to finish off this IS4 as soon as possible. No, this is a loss for Raid. There's absolutely no way they can win this game,
unless.
unless they use caps to their advantage. Because
Yes.
JP is going to get double tapped. There we go, and then he's probably going to get rammed as well, unless he can run.
Yeah.
But they've
Unless.
both got adrenaline on. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Is he? He's
This.
gonna. Yeah, he's gonna be able to hide. No, he's gonna get killed
Oh,
there.
it's going to
Surely.
get
Surely.
pincered.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see whether Toby is able to outsmart these two mouses though. The main.
Whoa, look at that. 284 hit points versus 4,000.
Yeah, but the mouses are very, very slow. So are we going to see some kind of a cap reset or cap for Toby though?
No, just think about what all these mouses have to do. They have to go sit in B, and then sit one in B, sit one in A, C. Or
But
just move around the map together. It's up to them.
Yeah, Orca's getting ambitious though. But he lands a good shot into Winch. Toby landed a good shot. Orca's going to go and probably just go past through.
Oh, and then the Cupola snipe. Oh, nasty.
Wow.
I mean, what a heartbreak. Definitely
Yeah.
had that in the bag, didn't they? Otherwise.
Yeah, but I mean, for most of the for the majority of the time, EG has lots of hit point lead there. So Vickers Light was slightly slow, and I'm not sure actually getting C would be a good idea at that point, to be honest, though.
I agree. I mean, EG definitely played that one. I mean, that rush obviously won them the game, but
Well done, the game.
it was well timed. They had the right tank composition, whereas Raid were forced to fight in City with lights. They should have seen EG's initial lineup and then decided not to commit so heavily to town, and I think that would have been a much stronger decision for them.
But equally, if the Vickers Light were in very quickly, those tanks EG will show their backsides to though, and that could be very juicy targets for Raid though. Those Vickers Lights. So I wouldn't necessarily say that the Raid lineup is inferior. Are we ready then?
Absolutely, we're ready. Let's get going.
Yes. There we go. We have Raid, IS4 played by Money Dude, Sick with 268, and E5 going with Buster and Playmaker. They're not dropping the triple Vickers though, played by Messi, Toby, and JP. Nicolade and Legolade also again going for a double IS4, Winchellade in 268, Ronka, Chocolate, double E5, and now they're taking double Vickers with Caroline and Orca. This time, they're committing most of their forces into
It's a
AM.
very similar lineup here from Raid even, but they're committing a lot more forces initially into the town, whereas EG are not being as aggressive this time. So it's going to be interesting to see, because these double Vickers lights from Raid will still be able to compete over here with Orca. I mean, let's see if they decide to put any pressure on C.
Yeah, but Caroline is spotted, so Raid now know they have at least one tank. I mean, EG has at least one tank in the city with the light. I mean, we'll see how they're going to work with that.
Absolutely. And here we go. So Messi's trying to blind fire for a potential tank destroyer. Yeah, but the Winchellade isn't located there.
Caroline is getting into A. Raid is not doing anything to address that.
I think
Rather
Blaster's AFK. Have a look at Blaster.
Really.
Yeah, interesting. I think he's AFK. That's probably why. I don't know why they didn't put any aggression on it though. Why didn't Playmaker use the hold down position to try and... I'm really confused what Raid is doing right now.
That's true. Oh,
Okay,
back.
Blaster's back now. He's made a little movement.
Oh, it must be raging now that EG has the cap lead.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have no idea why they just let them take that for absolutely free. That was a bit of a misplay, but we'll see.
No, I think is he having some connection issues because he's like going back and forth and he's.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case because he basically just sat still doing absolutely nothing. But
Yes.
I mean, Raid's got to do something regardless. They're past obviously the point of no return, not allowed to reset at this point.
That's true though. They are potentially virtually in 637 though. But EG, they would need to. I don't think they know what happened there.
Oh, JP! That was brutal. Carolade and Winch both getting shots onto him, basically
Oh
removing half of his health there. This is not looking so good for Raid at the moment.
no,
Cap
not
point
at
down,
all.
hit points down, and potentially one guy AFK slash having connection issues.
Yeah, but Orca is still isolated though. So if Ray managed to kill that tank down, they are even. And he took 616 from that, and that was not good for Orca. He needs to stay safe.
Absolutely. I mean, currently, oh, there's not much. Well, I don't honestly know why Raid hasn't decided to try at least with C. Like Messi now trying to go in for flank. Witchlade is spotted. Oh,
Oh,
and Witchlade misses,
okay.
which could be a really crucial missed shot because now Messi's going to get the flank. He's going to be able to get
Yep.
some nice juicy hash shots in. Yeah, 435. Love to see it, love to see it. And Messi's going to get in another one, and he's nicely covered by the Deflade. Orca's going to go down here.
But EG are rotating now. EG are rotating back to the desert. Potentially those Vickers Light are out of this world very soon. And there we go. Toby is out. Down to hit
Yeah,
points.
Toby just gets absolutely destroyed then. And Messi's now trying to run away, and Orca doesn't even manage to get finished off. These Vickers Lights were just not able to be supported at all by their team.
And Blast is back online. Look at him.
Yeah, he seems to be back now. He might have
Yeah.
reset his Wi-Fi, and they were waiting for that. They were waiting for Blaster to reset his Wi-Fi. That's what the wait
Well,
was about.
maybe that's part of the strategy.
Yeah.
I can.
Oh, this is looking interesting. I mean, it's not over. It's not over for Raid by any means because the Vickers Lights using their speed managed to escape quite nicely, and now Raid has the cap advantage.
That's true. And now we're going to see Legoland potentially going down very soon under these three tanks. These three tanks, and he's got tracked 1,295. He's not long,
But
but Money Dude.
Money Dude and Blaster are also quite low, and they're flanked now by Shocky. So is Money Dude gonna be able to finish him off here? Oh, no, he gets absolutely slapped there for that peak, man. Why did he even try that? And Shocky's now trying to flank in for Playmaker, and it seems like Raid here are a little bit surrounded.
That's
As
true
Messi
though.
also goes down, and yeah, this is all over for Raid at this point. EG is
That's
tanks up at every point, and they also have cap not the cap point lead, but the cap overall cap lead.
yeah, overall cap lead. And they have like 6 tanks still on the board though. JB taking 400 and he's down. Last man standing, sick. Is he going
Yeah,
to do absolute wonders?
sick in a 1 versus 6.
I don't
Can
think
he
so.
can he accomplish it?
No,
He's
I
just
don't.
YOLOing in. Look at him go.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair play to him. I mean, that was all over. That was such a strong performance there by EG, and I think Raid's performance was slightly dampened, whatever,
Hampered.
dampened, hampered by Blaster most likely being AFK, unfortunately. So,
Yeah, but they have those substitutes there from this room, so
mm, right, let's have a quick
yeah,
look at the damage totals as well. So Playmaker coming top of the team for Raid. And then they just have the Vickers Lights, all three of them coming near the bottom. You can see that's just what happened when they were all rushed. They just couldn't do anything about it.
that's true.
EG's
Uh,
pushback was so strong, wasn't it?
that was, I think EG was completely prepared in the end. I mean, they could compensate for Orca being dead, but Raid they can't compensate when the bulk of the EG forces plow into the desert though.
Absolutely. And right, what are we looking at next? What map?
What map? It's going to be Fort Despair.
For
This
despair.
is going to be Raid's stronger map,
If
potentially.
if Raid's gonna make ground up, it will be on this map. Yes, you're right.
That's right. I mean, we saw Raid actually kind of making a really good move into. Why see here? Making a good move into Legion. They are trying to get into B, but got heavily punished. We'll see if they are going to do something similar. And here we go.
And awesome. So we're off now 3-1 to EG at this point, and let's have a quick look at the lineups.
Yes, so we have Blaster Messi Mundud in triple IS4, JP in the Vickers Light, and Playmaker Sick and Toby in triple IS 1-3. Similar lineup to EG, we have Ronka, Chocolate, and Winterlate in triple IS4, Carolate, Legolate, and Nicolate also in triple 1-3. Orca will be driving the So STB1. And we're going to see Orca and JP potentially spotting one another, and they do. Legolate gets
Oh, nice shot there by Orca into JP, getting the initial damage off at the start. And you can see now that the whole of EG's team, except for Orca and Wickelade and his IS4, are now pushing right into the corner. And Raid is doing a very similar thing as well with all of their 1-1-3s. So now this is going to be a war of holdouts.
Well, EG needs to understand that they have a lot of advantage in terms of the numerical advantage. Oh, well, actually, only one.
Well, they have a numerical advantage, and they have the positional advantage at this point.
That's true. But Orca is getting surrounded by Money Dude and Raid. EG pushing into those 1-3s there. Raid in some sort of trouble. Maybe not. Carolina taking a lot of hit. No.
And it's interesting. So this fight here now, great focus fire here by EG into Playmaker, and the focus fire as well from Raid's pretty good. But EG's able to cycle out their tanks better, in order to get away the low health ones. And there we go. We see the first guy go down. Playmaker down, closely followed by Orca and his STB. And
Yeah.
look,
Have
Raid's
big
got the better positions now in the map.
Yeah.
But
Winchell is still farther back. I don't know why though, but he got some shots in though. Sick is going to be next, probably. The focus fire is going to be that, and he's down. Messi's
absolutely,
next.
and Messi is next as well. So Reichi's able to clear up all these guys. They're going to have a really significant advantage now. It's going to be 3-on-5, and Carolade's going to probably fall now to Blaster. Yeah, there we go, and that finishes him. So it's now going to be 3-on-4, but Winchelade is now going to be able to put pressure on JP and deny him a really strong position to fight back. And Blaster can basically just get rushed by these 3 tanks here by EG.
Yes, and we see Money do taking more hits, but Winchelate's getting probably surrounded by JP and Money do, but that won't help matters because now Blaster's getting surrounded by Legolate, Chocolate, and Ronka.
There's not much Blaster can do at this point. He's completely surrounded. He can try and get off as many shots as he can. Maybe one more into Legolade would help his team. Nice max roll there. And Legolade does get shut down by Money Do. So it's 3-on-3. And we're going to see, yep, Blaster fall now as well. But it's not looking good at all here for Raid. Great shot there by Chocolade as well, managing to catch JP before he flanks him. An awesome HE there by Ronka to finish him off. And Money Dude isn't long behind.
That's true. What a win by EG. I was very concerned about the EG not clearing those tanks up there, the raid tanks up quick enough. But equally, raid. I'm not sure what happened in the middle side. It just might want to be inspired on that though.
Mm. That was an interesting game, and I mean now that puts us on match point. Let's have just a quick look at damage
No,
though
no, no,
first.
no. It's the best of 11.
Oh, of course, I'm stupid. Yeah, best of 11. Oh,
Yeah,
thanks for reminding me.
No problem.
Let's have a quick look at the damage first. So it's Winch at 4.1k, carrying in an IS4, and look at that, 3 IS4s at the top damage. If you need any evidence as to what sort of tank you should get if you want to get into Clan Wars, look no further than IS4. Such a
Yeah,
strong vehicle.
and the 1-3 took an absolute beating. Uh, they could really work if the 1-3s are made to be aggressive, but if it's made to be defensive, then unfortunately it might not be the best choice.
It's interesting here, Winch is going for a VK, and yeah, so it's 4-1 to EG here, and we're ready. Have you swapped sides?
Yes, let me
Ready
do.
to go into our next round on Fort
No, no,
Spot?
no, no, wait.
Not ready?
No, I don't think that's the right side. Yeah, that's the right side. Yeah.
Okay, just
Unfortunately,
checking. Alright,
yeah,
perfect. Let's
perfect.
head in.
Head in. Oh, and we see now Ray dropping an ice and 1-3 in place of an ice 4. It's going to play playmaker. It's going to be very similar lineup for Raid on the EG side. We're going to see Rob in ice 4, Nicolay in E5, Winch in VK72, 0.01k, Caroline in Vickers, Legolade, Chocolate Orca in triple 1-3. Would that be their undoing this time? Those
Well,
triple
we'll
1-3s.
have to see. I mean, EG have been playing incredibly strongly with whatever lineups they've been taking. And I mean, the VK isn't the strongest tank, but I'm sure they can make it work. And
I
then we
hope.
see JP's going to get some early spots on EG as they try and
Oh,
attempt a similar
chocolate.
thing as they did last time, pushing right into that corner. And this time Raid only has 2 tanks to cancel them. Always one less, it seems.
Yeah, and Chocolate took 411 while crossing JP. Really good shot there. Ronco might be isolated very early on. He is facing 4 tanks there. But I mean, Winchell is still right behind though, so we'll
Yeah,
see.
Winchelade's got a really nice position in order to help out. Look, you can see they've purposefully chosen this tank for this exact position. It's
That's
got low
true.
DPM, but it fits in an
Look,
amazing way.
yeah, look at Carroll in that position though. He is flanking those IS4s down in the middle. But now we're going to see Toby, Sick, and also Playmaker trying to push onto those 1-3s. But I don't think they're doing that. They're trying to
Well,
keep
it's,
a
there's a
bit
3-on-3 over on this side and a hit point advantage too, seeing as Walker and Legalade are already significantly low. Chocolate's taking a few shots, and Sick, Sick taking a lot of damage. Now Playmaker's going to try and shield him, see if we can see some nice teamwork here.
And Carolade's just farming at the back there.
Yeah, Carolade is at the centre of attention at the moment.
Yeah.
And Legalade does manage to go down, and now it's still a 3-on-2 with Raid. You know, if they're able to focus down Orca and Chocolate here, they'll put themselves at a good advantage. But in the middle, they are now losing. They need to finish off Nicolade. He needs to be their centre of attention, and he does go down. And then hopefully get as much damage into Winch as possible.
And Raid are winning on the 1-3 side though. Those
And yeah,
heavy
so
side.
they did. They only, for taking out 3, they only lost 1 tank there. So it's a really good advantage for
Oh,
them there.
JP, 1,581. Oh
From
no.
HEs, oh man, that is
Oh man,
painful. But it
that's
is now a
painful.
4-on-3, and they can, if they can make the most of this tank advantage, then this will go the way of Raid.
Yeah, but EG just turned this around. I think that could be very
I
crucial.
don't know if it's going to turn it around. Like, if we have a look at the
Yeah,
VK and the IS4, like, not, it's just so
Ronk is still very
difficult.
healthy. Ronk is still very healthy though. Look
Romco's
at him.
healthy, but as soon as Winch goes down, then the Carolade's going to get focused down too.
And
And
Toby. Uh,
is the Vickers going to be... Oh man, now Carolade's
oh,
down to a 1-shot as well. So it's just going to be who gets the shot off first, JP or Carolade. And it's going to be 2 guns on 1. Playmaker versus Romka. And it's going to be interesting to see whose DPM wins this one.
I mean, JP just needs to be composed and he will be fine. He will be joined soon. Ronk taking 806. He's not long. We're going to see kind of what's that? A block from Playmaker onto,
Oh,
and
and this is
JP
over.
can't from
JP
Carolade.
manages to finish off the light tank there.
It's over for EG, definitely.
Nice.
And
Very nicely played there by Raid. Great pickup, honestly.
yeah, I mean, Carolade at the back there farming out damage just didn't make enough matters for EG to win this off, and Raid took the win.
And yeah, here we look at just the Vickers Lights contributions. I mean,
Yeah.
strong 4.7k there from JP, very strong. And also Carolade getting his 3.8k. As you mentioned, he was just basically farming at the back, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. I can see that. And unfortunately, in EG side, those 1-3s are taking the bottom 4, apart from the
Yeah,
Nicolay.
they were focused down so well by Raid completely outplayed them on that outside flank. And that was
Yep,
really the decisive factor of that game. Which map now? We need to change map.
that's going to be Mayan Ruins.
Mine runs. I think Raid already knows which one they're already picking their tanks.
That's like very good preparation for them.
Absolutely. They know why they're here.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, and we potentially see double IS7, and it's going to be interesting. I have a feeling they are going to use these tanks into getting B, but already past history tells us that getting B is always a risky move. Sometimes it pays off, and sometimes it just go horrible
Mhm,
for them.
mhm.
So we'll
Absolutely.
see.
I mean, it's very it can be a very decisive move, but it also can backfire. It's like it's just mentioned. It's you got to weigh up the risk and the reward, haven't you?
That's true. They're almost ready up, and EG probably going to have a bit of pep talk, and they'll be ready up soon, I think.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Oh, and I really like. I feel very satisfied with Raid's lineups. Like two, and just only one single down. It's so satisfying.
They know what they're talking. They know what they're doing. It's interesting that they've chosen that 113 as their last tank. probably got a great position lined up for him, and we'll be interested to see where they go.
And
As you mentioned, I reckon those IS7s are probably going to be playing the B cap, and the E5 is probably similar as well. And as we head into Mine Ruins, let's go.
that's true. Blaster Messi playing double I7, Money Dude playmaker double E5, Vickers Light played by Toby alongside JP Sick wrapping up with the 1-3. EG going with an E100 with Nicolade, Legolade, Roker, Orca will be going for IS4, Rinchalade 140, Chocolate E5, and finished up by Carolate and Vickers. Potentially we'll see EG working around in C cap, but Toby's going to get there first, and most of the raid forces will be heading to A, or maybe not, probably a bit separated.
That's interesting. So yeah, the I7s are playing B definitely, but they've kept most of their tanks back towards A, the A side, seeing if they're going to bait EG through. But it looks like EG's also just playing very passively as well, so it's going to be interesting who decides to break first. As I mentioned that, it's C that is taken by Raid right off the bat.
Right, so, yeah, that's true. I mean, where is Harrelay is now going for A. Probably uncontested. He probably would get it with that, and he got it. He got A.
Oh,
and
they had tanks lined up there to shoot that, but JP just wasn't able to spot him.
yeah,
So-
no one is able to spot anyone in A, and I think it was down to Carolate having a really good combo with Vickers, and also it's light tank. It's a light tank, so.
Mm. Interesting to see that the I7s were picked for this position. They're amazing. They're amazing pushing tanks, for just taking the brunt of the damage at the start of, just at the start of a push.
Unfortunately, the gun would be there. Probably we'll see if EG is going to play with that kind of disadvantage in the I7. And Legole spotted again. It's getting spotted twice, but will that give some good information for Raid though? We'll see.
Well, I mean, at the moment, Raid's the one that just needs to hold. It's all up to EG because, of course, Raid has the cap advantage at this point.
Yeah, Romkus is holding this position in the middle very, very cautiously. He is spearheading the entire thing. But I mean, EG has tanks to actually shoot over to Romka if they decide to rush. But they're so far behind, so I'm a bit worried if Romka gets rushed. I don't know. I feel
It looks like if there is going to be a push at this point, that it is going to be over towards where Toby is at the moment. Look, there, Toby is now pushing up, but he's got like that perfect ambush set up there by EG.
And Carolate's getting B now. He's
Let's see
getting
if Toby's going to fall into this push. Toby's going to fall into this. Look at this. Toby's now going to get absolutely decimated here.
right. He will. He's going to be joined by Fritas, but
Oh
equally
no, that actually worked out so nicely. But oh, Winchellade takes so much damage in response.
He got company. He got company. Blaster and JP are up there. They knew exactly what EG was doing. Although Toby is now down. Raid is now pushing on to Rovka though. But
And
Nicolade-
Messi, oh, Messi taking absolute beating. So is Carolade, and Sick is pushing into the back of Carolade. Blaster is pushing in as well, and then on the other side,
taking 1,353. This is not looking good for. But well, EG has still a very.
Raid
solid
has definitely got the stronger position here. Let's just look at
Yeah.
if we're excluding like caps and whatever. Raid's tanks are all much closer together. Legolade is now going to fall. Messi is very low, but that's all surrounded. Okay, Messi does go down. Nice pick up there by Romka.
Yeah, and Nicolay, good shot into Nicolay from those two tanks. They're trying to get B, but they got reset, and Nicolay taking 425 more. This is close.
Absolutely, and Sick here. Look at Romka's position. He's able to get shots down into Blaster there.
Winch.
Chocolade's going to be able to finish him off, although he is now stuck. No, he's
now-
not. He managed to pull back just about. And look at this. EG,
EG, yeah, they're doing
such
fine,
a
but
strong position, and Chocolade's now pushing down into Playmaker. He's got his ass as well.
JB is coming from the back to get Nicolay. Playmaker is hanging on. Reactive armor dropped. Winchellay coming from behind. Ray needs to pick up the tanks as soon as possible. Before...
JB is actually able to finish off Nicolade there in Z100, but if we just look at the flanks that, the surround that EG currently has, Playmaker is actually a one shot. Money did manage to finish off Chocolade, and now it is a 2-on-2 as JP gets a really nice pick up there on Winch in his 140 just over there.
Can JP run away from Ronka? And it wasn't a miss from Ronka though. And
This is interesting now, because look, so JP is able to go straight into the C base and stop that cap, and they're going to have the 2 bases versus the 1 base on C. It's going to be interesting who gets the points faster.
That's true. And hit point wise, EG still have a solid hit point there, but
Wait,
when
who
they
wins? Wait. If Money Dude manages to run away, I think Raid win this, right?
yes, I think it's slowly taking towards raid now,
They need to get into C as soon as possible.
and they
JP, is
raid
JP going to get spotted here? Yeah, he does. He does.
raid
Is
JP
Orca able
does.
to finish him off?
Oh
No.
no, hopefully not.
Money
Oh,
Dude's able to hold for as long as possible. He just needs to stop them from getting into the C base for as long as possible.
no. Orca is going to see who is going to.
He just
He's
needs to
not
not die. He just needs to not die.
I'll
Okay,
try.
no, it's over. It's over. Oh, that was
Oh,
so close.
that was so close.
That was such a close game. Well played there by Raid. I mean, picking up that C base was absolutely just the winning move.
That's
And
true.
big
And
GG there to them.
And Vic is there doing a lot of damage to 3.1k, and surviving was absolutely crucial. Unfortunately, EG they lost all of their quick tanks very quickly, and except Winch, but he's very low there, so can't do anything about that.
Absolutely. I mean, if we just look at the damage numbers quickly. I mean, Nicolade's getting a really cool 4.2k in his E100, and you know, the damage was a lot more evenly spread out over the Raid team. But obviously, the two MVPs, Money Dude and JP, who both really had great performances in that game, coming top of the team with kills and also damage.
That's true though, and I mean, EG. I mean that rush into I think it was okay. Forget about it.
Is everyone
Let's
ready? That's perfect. We change sides? Yep. Awesome.
Yes, we have Blaster Messi again, double IS. No, I think Money Dude was in the IS7 before, but they're going to take double IS7. Money Dude and Playmaker now in double E5. This time, Toby and JP will be going double Vickers and Seki going in 1-3. EG IS4 taken by both Nicolate and Romka. 140 it's going to be Winchelade, Legolade, Chocolate, Orca, triple E5s. Finished off by Caroline and Vickers.
And so we've got Raid pushing both their Vickers over towards the C base at the moment. And, well, sorry, not both towards C. One towards the left-hand side of C, one towards the right-hand side. And Winch, yeah, he's going to probably go straight into C here. Not a bad
JP.
idea. But Toby... Okay, no, it is a bad idea. Because you can see he immediately finds out that's a bad idea when he sees Raid's Blaster. But Blaster's now, he's just pushing straight down. He's going for it.
Shockley and Legolade can kill him
He's
anytime.
absolutely out of position now. Oh, Blaster's definitely going to die.
Oh, but Toby's coming back. Oh, he bounced into Shockley. That was not what he wanted.
And Money Dude taking a huge amount of damage too. So Blast from Money Dude from Raid taking huge amounts of damage. And Toby as well taking huge amounts of damage. Blaster manages to go down. Great focus fire there by EG, pushing back.
Yeah.
And we can see
Toby,
a bunch of tanks from Raid out of position.
Oh dear, that was not good. Toby got bounced from Winch. Now he tracked him, but that was...
Yeah, Toby now has got to get in. No, he's dead. He's going down, but Winch is now a one-shot as well. Getting shot there by Messi across the map. Carolade's a one-shot. JP is going to get HE'd. No, he's not going to get HE'd, but he does manage to finish off Carolade. And it's just an absolute mess at the moment, but it is looking in favour of EG, simply due to the hit points at the moment.
And
Tanks
Playmaker is
moving.
going down very soon.
Orca going down. Oh, was that an Amarak? That was an Amarak on Shocky in his E5, right?
Oh, I couldn't see that.
For over 1k. JP goes down, and then Orca goes down in his E5s. Now it's 3-on-3. Hit points still in favour of EG, but the positional advantage is towards Raid at the moment.
I don't think so. The Money Dude is very low. He's going to be killed.
No, but the Money Dude is in an E5 with the high ground against an IS4, and then you've got a 113 and an IS7 against an IS4. So 113's got great DPM. Oh, but Messi bounces his shots. Oh man, that could decide this game. Yeah, because now Six got to get in 2 more shots to kill him. 1 more shot now.
The Money Dude's going in though.
But Money Dude managed to finish him off, so now Six able to finish him off, but he does take 2 shots in return. So now Money Dude really needs to get over here as pronto as possible. Oh, and Sick bounces. That's disastrous for him. And Legolade's positioned himself really nicely to try and counter the push down from Money Dude, and he's also got his hit points back. But both are bouncing. Everyone's bouncing.
This is going down to the wire at the moment, but who is going to get killed?
And Sick misses, and he's taking penetration. Sick has bounced or missed 3 shots in a row and Legolayed her. The nerves are really getting to him, and he does manage to pen that one, but he is a one-shot. So as soon as he... Oh, what a low roll! I think that seals the deal here for Raid.
Parade, really.
Oh, but he bounces. Is he going to finish off
no.
Sick? Yeah,
Yes, he
so
did.
now
Now.
Money Dude, he needs to pen the shot. Oh,
Hey,
amazing! There we go. If he'd have
Extra.
missed that, he would have. If he'd have missed that, he would have lost. And yeah, Chocolate just confirming he did actually get Amarak that game. Look at that, man.
Yeah, I mean, Raid. I mean, they got lucky with that Emerald Rack, to be honest, and that changed the game, and that was like the decisive factor there. Even with Blaster making a questionable move, rushing down so early.
I definitely think that was a misplay. That was just a mistake.
That was
Pure
that
and
was
simple.
just a mistake. But I like how Raid responded that immediately, trying to save
Yeah,
the story.
they was definitely trying to save face, and it worked out for them. They did manage to pick that off in the end.
Because of
Now
the Emerald.
4-on-4, man. Wow.
True, yeah, it's so close. It's now 4-all, and I don't know what's going to propagate us to now. I can't find a map, Middleburg. I got it. Now here we go. Yes, Middleburg. This is going to be tight.
Middleburg. Again, not one of my favourites, but it will do.
It will do. But what strategy are we going to see? Are they going to see?
We're going to see lots of E5s, a few IS4s, maybe a mouse here and there, and Vickers or Leopards. That's what we'll see.
I think it's the first time we see a leopard one today, is it?
No, we saw a Leopard one earlier. Legion played one on Rockfield.
I couldn't recall, but I think they are ready up soon. Potentially Toby and JP going with double Vickers and triple IS4 for yeah, and let's head in. No, Nicolate, yeah, he's ready up. And there we go. Triple IS4 played by Blaster Messi Playmaker, Sick and Money Do going with the E5, WE5. Ronka, Winch, Ronka IS4, Winch, Leopard 1. Quadruple E5s played by Legolayed, Nicolay, Chocolate, and Orca, Carolate in the Vickers. And we'll see. Raid putting most of the forces into C. Same for EG.
Raid is just all going up. They're all going up top. And I imagine... Oh my god, EG is almost all going up as well, but Winch is going to be able to move into A here. Straight into A, which is such a strong move, because now 6 versus 7 isn't such a big deal. So if EG decided to push here, it is likely, being at Pusher's disadvantage, that they would lose.
Right,
but okay, yeah, who we see now, Raid is pushing back down. Interesting.
Yes, interesting. But Winchlet is equally getting out of the A's cap, and Toby's running away. I don't know. It's like mind games for both.
And now EG is pushing. They're all just pushing up. And now Raid's going to have to try and run away. Luckily, they have got relatively mobile tanks. But these E5s are going to be caught well out of position if they do get fully rushed.
Carolake, and he spots up Messi and Blaster. He couldn't. But my goodness me. Like, both they're playing mind games to one another. Who's going to come up on top?
Yeah, I know. They keep on moving tanks up and down to try and see if they're thinking about the spotting or whatnot.
It's a chess game, and I don't know. We're going to see Money Dude, Sick, and also both of them trying to push up.
Messi pushing up on the outside there. That's interesting. If you want to take a lot of damage, that's exactly how you do it. Push around the outside of there.
And JP is getting B now. This is very tight. So many things happening.
I mean, look, they've already got a 205 cap point advantage over Raid at this point, and they've got 2 bases versus the 1 of Raid, and there's now 2 fast tanks, the Vickers and the Leopard, going down, and they're probably going to go and try and challenge JP and his Vickers.
He is going down as well. I like how everything is happening so quickly at the moment, and JP, could he potentially get isolated by Carolate and Winterlate now? No.
Yeah, that is going to happen. That is exactly what's going to happen. But Toby is now down here as well, and but Toby's out of position. The other 2 are going to be able to focus down JP much faster.
That actually show was pretty crucial, but those.
Oh, but Winchellade is the one to die first. I think he got team support by Messi there.
Yeah, Messi. Yeah, I can see.
And now
that.
JP's able to stay alive.
That's true though. That's crucial.
That's super crucial because now Toby's able to push carried away, and they're able to cap A. And look here, so now Easy's going to decide to push in, but they're at Kappa's disadvantage, and another ammo rack there on Orca. Do you see that? Just get ammo racked again.
I don't see that, sorry, but I assume it's
Oh man, and look, Raid's now got 7v5. Blast is probably going to go down at this point, but
true.
it doesn't really matter because it's
But-
4 versus 4, and
But EG has the cap lead though. They
no, it's irrelevant at this point. I mean, they've
Yeah.
they've still got the tanks. It's 6v3.
Yeah, no chance.
They're
for
going to
them.
be able to DPM them down, and now look, C's also being capped by Raid. We can see here that it's all over for EG at this point.
Their lead is going to be the next to be down.
Yeah, he's kind of just given up. They've realised that this is a losing fight.
That's true though. Playmaker rotating to 377, but all 3 caps are into Raid. Can they kill all tanks before the caps take into Raid?
I reckon they will. I mean,
I think so. I think
Chocolade goes down. Wait, they do manage to pick up JP. But Romko is going to fall here too.
Only around 50 cap points before they could finish off Romka. Are they going to finish him off before it goes into 1,000? And they did!
They got the 1,000 and also the
win.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's the first time.
And for the first time, Raid is in the lead this game. And this is match point.
Match point.
So Raid, if they win this, they will be winning the series and the grand finals.
That's true. I will be very sorry for EG if they lost because they put out a really amazing fight, but that means they won't wrap up any money prize, isn't it?
Absolutely. And if we just we go back to the damage quickly.
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. So Vickers Light from Toby doing 4.7k. Toby's been doing an absolutely marvelous job with his damage today, and EG have just had 2 games in a row where they've had an ammo rack, and that's just so unlucky for them. I mean, you could argue that it's Raid skill that's been getting those ammo racks for them, or you could argue that it's just pure luck. But what wargaming wants, wargaming gets.
Yeah, let's start now.
Let's go for it. And this is our final match. Potentially
really.
Final match game.
But I think the winning move last game was messy there. That was just a turning point. But now, this is going to be absolutely fantastic. Phenomenal. Raid putting most of the forces into C, now committing moves at the forces now. EG as well, it's going to be... Oh, they got spotted. Well,
they're already spotted up. Nice shot there by JP. He doesn't even get spotted for that. Man, these Vickers lights are so dirty.
That's true. And the north side, you can spot up the tanks going up. For the south side, not pretty much though. So
yeah, and Raid's already got such a strong position. They're way ahead of EG in terms of where they are. And I reckon EG's gonna send their 1 Leopard down to try and capture B, which won't be a problem for them. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a similar thing going on from Raid too.
I mean, if Raid knew what is going to happen, but I don't think they're going to rush immediately. I think they're going to respawn.
Oh, it would be suicide if you rushed in now. Messi needs to take up a strong position.
they have like, if they rush in now, they have 7 tanks, and EG only have 6. So, don't know. I mean, but they are not doing that, of course.
Oh no, Raid has got 2 Vickers at the back.
Yeah, they now have 2 Vickers at the back.
But the thing is even if you're if it's 5 versus 7, if you got rushing 5 hold down tanks with 7 or 6, that doesn't matter. Like, when it's important is when it's 3v2 or 4v3. That's as high as I would say it's important, because you're going to take so much damage. Think about it, if you're getting shot by 6 tanks, even if it was 7, it's diminishing returns.
I think is it RTK or Raid against Ericsson? I think they just make this move and they just go for it and they won.
I mean, if your focus fire is on point and but it doesn't make a difference if it at that sort of level. It could have been 5 versus 5 for all it matters.
I mean, it could be just a tight call in the end. I remember it was successful before, but couldn't recall which match it is, and now it's going to be a stalemate.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't decided to take A yet, honestly. I mean, I think
Mine
Raid is now doing exactly what you proposed. They are just getting into a position to push in, and
E5. Oh,
Nicolade in his E5 there taking a super amount of damage.
oh, but Toby taking 801.
And
This is
Romka here is getting flanked out as well. Toby needs to try and push in, or sorry, not push in, but get into cover. And JP now is taking, the Toby's place. Romka now getting focused down. Nicolade getting focused down, and this is looking super good, super technical execution here by Raid, and they've managed to take out 2 tanks. Toby does get finished off in his Vickers, but
And
all of the important stuff is going down on top of this hill right now.
taking 1,519 there, Chocolate. And Messi
Yeah.
taking 16. Legley taking
Chocolate
8.
is getting completely surrounded and outflanked and focused now, and he goes down. And then Leglade is now 2v1, and he's going to get focused down too. Messi does go down, but it's irrelevant. And this game is now 3 versus 5 to
I
Raid.
think Raid's going to win.
Raid
this one.
wins these.
Unless EG managed to pick up an Amarak, which probably might not be
Oh,
the case.
I mean, knowing Wargaming, only EG gets Amarect, man. Oh, and Winch goes down, and JP is only a 1-shot, but you only need a 1-shot Vickers to work magic.
Yeah.
Double the health points.
I sense smoke in my room. I don't know if my smoke alarm's going to go off. I need to get off for now. Sorry.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I sense smoke. Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Right, go for it. Don't let your house be on fire. Alright, well, looks like we just lost Wild One because a smoke alarm went on his house. That's rather exciting. Not as exciting as these games, of course. And Orcus about to go down. Carolid's about to go down on 1-shot too. And they both finish off at the same time. G frickin' G. And there we go. That is the damage. 6-4 to Raid. Incredible series of games. Very close.
Oh no,
And
I'm fine.
that's good. And yeah, so GG.
Right,
GG
that was
Raid.
GG to Raid. Really, really well done. That was really good execution, though. Although I think it was Messi who took a massive beating from the Vickers line, but it wasn't Messi. I think it was JP who took. I forgot. But yeah, they were planning this. I must say.
Absolutely. Alrighty.
Oh, what a game it was! What a comeback from Raid. Just.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. It was just I thought that was just an incredible experience in terms of just technical execution at the end. That was just
Yeah,
absolutely
amazing.
insane.
That's true though. That was not the same Raid as we saw back in the group stages. That was a much more
Yeah,
clinical.
they played so strong in that, especially in that final game. You saw their tactical execution.
Yeah,
They just moved in on singular tanks one at a time,
and
focused them
also
down and moved on to the next one. I thought it was awesome.
they also moved in multiple lanes. They didn't just take one lane. They took multiple lanes so that they get crossfire on the way. And Romka, I think it was IS4 got punished at the start. No, punished at that position while Raid was rushing. So well done to Raid on that.
Absolutely. I mean, that was big GG there for Raid. And
That's
I will send Toby the money right now, which is
cool.
great for him. It was 90 euros in total for their team, which is pretty good. It's not bad going at all. I mean,
Yeah.
they get to split that between however they see fit based on their commitment to the tournament. So,
Yeah, that's
Hello,
true.
guys.
Hello.
hello.
Apart from the kind of the train room glitch there, so I don't know why the password is on, but people could still come in.
Right, so if you guys want to have a chat about how you
Yeah.
thought the games went, we'll start with the first map, which was I have no idea. I cannot remember.
Would you like to actually talk about Legion versus EG first, or do we have time? I mean,
No, let's not talk about Legion versus CG. Just talk about Raid
yeah,
versus CG.
the grand finals.
Yeah, that's right.
But let's wait for Rolling a bit. I think he's still absorbing all of these greatness from the raids. It's just absolutely fantastic final games. Yeah.
Not too sure.
Well, you don't think they were that good?
I think the last 2 or 3 games were big tilt for Endgame after they got Amoracked
Oh yeah,
twice.
no, exactly. The
And
two
Lego got
Amorax.
Amoracked in I think 4 games tonight. Not
Yeah,
getting the Amorak blown off, but just getting hit in it.
yeah,
And he was really tilted.
yeah.
And that's what I also said at the start of the tournament. And best of 11 is mentality. And after those Amoraks on Masion Ruins twice, they also bounced on the 1-1-3 twice on the side, I think. That was
Mm.
they just didn't want to play anymore. That RNG really hit them hard.
Yeah. Uh,
Ah.
the mentality is so important in this game.
Hmm.
I mean, you always get tested in the random battles anyway. Actually, uh, some kind of your team be not what you want to
Yeah.
be, and
But
then
nothing is there on the line, right? Not like here
yeah,
where there's actually a money
that's true.
prize up for
The money
grabs. So,
prize, yes. And Ray completely soldiered on after these fortunate hits and so on.
Mm.
I mean, this is just. I feel sorry for EG, but
EG was really powerful. The starting games 1-3, then flopping and going 4-4. And then
yeah,
that Amorak shenanigan happened on Mason Ruins, and then
Well, no,
that
they
just
just
lost
lost
it.
5 games in a row. That's just what happened, right?
yeah, they lost 5 games in a row. One, yeah, well, down 1-4, and then yeah. Oh my goodness me.
Yeah, yeah.
They were up 4-1, and
Yeah,
then they just went down and down and down and down and down.
yeah, yeah. It was just.
That started with 4 to spare where JP just absolutely cranked it. And
Mm,
then it went to Mason Runes, where it
mm.
Yeah,
just all spiraled down.
I mean, EG was so dominant in Oasis Palms, and they were really dominant as well in Rockfield, right? They were dominant in
Hmm.
Rockfield. Or am I being wrong?
no,
I would say so.
no,
The
I
game
don't
that
think they have enough.
Raid won was close. It was
Yeah,
really close.
yeah.
Yeah,
So they were showing really strong performances throughout, and then all of a sudden, just Raid gets two Amorites. I'm not saying they didn't deserve it. Like Raid did put on a really good performance, and especially
yeah,
the very last game was really good performance by Raid.
right.
But I reckon by that point, EG was kind of tilted about how
They
much
were
bad luck
really
they had.
tilted.
That's true.
I saw the chat and it was just not happy days for them. I mean,
Yeah,
I had that chat, of course, as they were typing in team chat mostly. And when Lego got those 1 or 2 shots at the start, he was like, "All right, I'm done." And then he got Amorak again that match, and he's just like, "All right, F the E5, this is over."
Yeah, I couldn't see obviously because you were spectating their side, so it was easier for
Mm,
you to see their team. But man, that must have been so bad for them, so hard for
that's
them
yeah.
to stomach.
yeah. It's really coming on.
He's probably still talking to his stream, I'm pretty sure. He's
Probably
always
yeah.
taking a bit longer.
I'll give him a tag.
That's true. Yeah,
I can't even really remember EG versus Legion anymore. That was just so strong of Endgame.
Mm.
yeah. That
All I
was
remember is cap pressure after cap pressure after cap pressure.
Legion just kept on giving up the caps, basically.
Yeah.
yeah. But I
And that
mean,
one game where they won by time, I was like, wait, what? Because I didn't even notice it because the fight was so captivating.
Yeah.
I mean, Legion was so. I mean, that was like their signature move. They were not very involved in caps and so on. But what they are very good of is their rotation. So, but I think tonight they didn't click with that. And
I think Endgame's rotation was from all 3 teams tonight the best, but the
yeah, I
tilt
think
in the end
yeah,
just
that's true though. Endgame can play defensively. They can sometimes make the right counter attacks, and that's what I see in Aegis Night up until where they got tilted. I think.
I mean, like the first game on Mason Runes was really good. I didn't see that actual Amarak. I just noticed it from the chat.
Yeah, no, I just
That
kept on
they had.
seeing it. I kept on seeing the ammos, like, because I didn't see the animation. I just saw the turret explode off and then fire emerging from the tank. I
Who
was just
was
like, that was an
Amarak in the
Amarak.
first game? I didn't
Um,
see.
let me have a look. I caught it on my stream, but I can't remember the exact player.
Okay. Because I just
I think
noticed
it
in
was
the
sick.
other.
I think it was sick. I think.
No, it was an Amarak on Endgame side.
Yeah, I know. No, sick. No, or what you mean? Who was Amarak?
Yeah.
It was an E5 again. It was shocky.
Ah, it was shocking. Okay.
Right.
And in the other game, I'm not sure. I mean, Lego had really bad RNG against S1K in the side when he just bounced twice.
Orca was the other one that got full HP ammo racked, basically.
Now he took 3 shots and the fourth did 1,300 Amarak, but he
Yeah,
pretty much
there you
died
go.
in
He died in one like volley.
in one sitting.
Right. Rolling still absorbing all of these, or has he started playing the game already?
I'm not sure.
Right. I
Those
mean,
games were just too intense tonight, man.
very intense. Yeah.
Mm.
I mean,
I'm not
Caps and also
it's,
like
I'm just kind of sad for Endgame. I don't want to be biased, but that really feels disturbing.
that's
Uh,
true. I think those Emirates going to haunt them tonight and potentially the memes.
like I would have been perfectly fine with a tiebreaker. I really would have, and then
That
I would have given it to either team. But
that's
from
true.
the moment they were 4-1 leading, I thought, okay, and has this.
Yeah,
And then Tilt came in with Amorax as well, and then
that's
it
true.
was over. It just snowballed against them.
That's true. I mean, they were playing with, I think, if it's the right word to call flair. But nah, it just went downhill for the Dynasty's Poe. Talk about that. EG.
That was
I
against.
against
Was that with Ray? Was that?
yeah, it was with Raid,
Oh
but
yeah, with
how
this crap ton of mouses, right? I remember.
yeah, but how did I mean EG managing to outsmart Raid the first game? Oh, no, the first game I think.
The fault.
I mean Raid took 5 mouses and I
Two
mean
ice
initially
force.
two IS4s and initially EG. I mean for most of the games EG was very was on the back foot in terms of the health, but they still managed to win it by caps, and I think that was kind of the representative of what EG style is with kind of good balance of cap pressure and also
Mm,
rotation. Just and
yeah,
just kind yeah just
I know why
uh,
they lost the second game.